Welcome. This is live. You're just in time for Sports Extravaganza. My name is Tony Kwalanda. This show, of course, airs on all digital platforms, on TV 47, on YouTube, on X, on Facebook, on YouTube. Every platform is accessible to you. We are on the free to air. We are also on DStv channel 274. So you cannot miss any of our programming. And of course, on this great day, for the next about a few hours, we have lined up some wonderful sports cuisine for you. And of course, I'm joined by niko na rafiki yangu hapa anaitwa Lisa.
Hi, how are you, Tony?
You know, actually, you've surprised me, unaongea Kiswahili mzuri sana.
Kwa nini?
Haujai niambia unaongea Kiswahili.
Utajua kila kitu kweli?
Mambo ni polepole kwa msichana, si ndio? Warembo wanatoa vitu polepole.
Shingi hapo.
I have, of course, one of the participants in the 2025 WRC Safari Rally that, of course, will be happening from the 20th to the 23rd of this month in Nairobi and in Naivasha. And remember, Kenyan drivers will be flying the country's flag high. About 18 drivers, local drivers, will be in Nairobi and Naivasha just to rub shoulders with the big boys. Big boys by the likes of defending champion of the global events here in Oville, champions like the defending champion Kale Rovanpera, the WRC2 defending champion Solberg, as in and a host of other. There's Takamoto. Lisa, kuna mwingine tu nani Takamoto. Who is your favorite driver, Lisa?
Terry Novell.
Ah, okay. Why is that?
Guess what? I'm meeting him tomorrow.
Is it? Where?
Yes.
In Nairobi here or
Nairobi.
in...
Yes, so you know I'm the brand ambassador for that beautiful, sexy partner there called the Ford Raptor.
Na mbona hujakuja kutuambia tupeleke
Iko
kamera
hapa, taonesha wewe baadaye. Napeleka wewe na mbiu. So Kaitana Motors are the officials for Ford and Hyundai, Kia and Renault. So, of course, being a Hyundai driver, Terry's going to be there tomorrow, and there's a small press conference happening there tomorrow. So that's going to be wonderful and very exciting.
Why have you not invited Radio 47 and TV 47?
I have just...
You've just brought it
I've just
physically.
brought it now. You know, we're looking for sponsorship, Tony.
I know you're looking. Of course, mimi nitakupatia platform where you have to give me the exclusive one-on-ones, right?
Kabisa.
Asante sana. Of course, remember, Lisa Christopherson, of course, is one of our very highlight drivers who will be taking part in that event. And she doesn't just race for the sake of racing. Lisa, nasikia wewe unaendesha gari na uko na sababu kwa nini una race. You race to raise funds
for
participating and also for the cancer survivor.
Correct. So, as you know, Tony, I am a stage 4 cancer survivor. Actually, 19 years ago, I was given 10 days to live after being diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. But, you know, as the fighter I am, I'm like, don't have time for this. You know, we've got children to raise and things to do, books to write, rallies to drive. Yes. And here I am, fitter and stronger than ever. So because I've been given the grace of God to have another chance in life, yes, I want to give back. And my give back and my motto is drive for change. So empowering young girls as well is part of the thing. So we want to support young girls who've got cancer, raise money for them as well, and make sure that what we give in cash is administrated for medical purposes correctly.
Indeed.
And then also empowering them all and realize, hey, it's not your fault. Because you get told you have the C word doesn't mean you're going to die. You have to find that inner strength that we all have inside us. And it's also an attitude thing. So attitude with a capital A.
Indeed. Liz, of course, has a beautiful story. I was just giving you teasers. I know she was already gearing up now to give me the facts about what's happening in the rally. But of course, we shall be with her for the next 30 or so minutes, just to give us an in-depth of where she is in terms of the rally. I saw her recently with the Sports Cabinet Secretary, Salim Mvurya, at Talanta Plaza. So I want to understand how much she received from the Ministry of Sports. She'll also tell us, of course, about her navigator and about, of course, the other female drivers who are part of the WRC. She'll give us a lot, of course, what's going on in that particular space. But first, before we delve into these matters, you know how we do it. We have a question where you need to, of course, be part of. And we have a question of the day, a very important question. And it, of course, directs us to tomorrow's big Super Sunday game. And we are asking you, what are your thoughts? Sijui kama mko na hiyo swali watu wangu. What are your thoughts about the English Premier League Super Sunday game between Arsenal FC versus Chelsea FC in the English Premier League. What are your thoughts? You can see the numbers below there. Of course, what are your thoughts? Talk to us on, you can call us in live 0795 045 864. You can send us a WhatsApp video clip or voice note on 0793 267 279. WhatsApp number to send that 20-second WhatsApp video clip, which we shall share on this show, is 0793 267 279. You can also call us in live on 0795 045 864. Talk to us. What are your thoughts on the English Premier League Super Sunday game at the Emirates Stadium between Arsenal FC and Chelsea FC? Talk to us. To send that WhatsApp video clip, send in as many times as you can. You can call us in as many times as you can. You can also be part of this conversation that we're getting into. Be part of it. And of course, getting into it, it is what we call motorsport. But just before also we get into the motorsport, I want to take you to Egypt. Of course, Lisa Christopherson looks like one tourist who have just seen the Great Pyramids in Egypt. So let me just take you first of all to Egypt, and Lisa will also tell us why she looks very magnificent and elegant and magnificent for that outfit. I love it so much. In fact, I'm ordering one from this particular show after this. However, in Egypt, there is a gentleman who has just broken or actually gotten into the Guinness World Book of Records for pulling a 249-ton train using his teeth, meno, and pulling it using his chest. I'll just use my chest to sleep and my teeth to eat sugarcane. But this, of course, is how things went in Egypt for this record holder. I don't know if there was a longer version, but you can imagine teeth. If I'm in Nairobi and I know where railways is, and I can see those, in fact, even a bus cannot even pull those things. Hey, it's all right. Well done. That's, of course, our video of the week on Sports Extravaganza of that Egyptian breaking or actually getting in the Guinness World Book of Records for pulling a train using his teeth and his chest. Don't try that at home, not even against your wheelbarrow. Now, also don't try that using your Raptor. Lisa, have you ever pulled, have you ever pulled your Raptor with your teeth, hands, or anything? Or when I know the only thing you can change is perhaps this.
That's a very entertaining question, Tony.
And I want to hear that entertaining answer to it.
Absolutely not. I don't think my dentist would be very happy with me.
No wonder you still have your teeth, because I'm sure you've never used them anyway.
Oui.
Yeah, but of course, from that train pulling, we are now into the rally. Listen, of course, I mentioned to you that you were with the CS for Sports, Salim Vuria, together with the PS, engineer Peter Toom, I think 2-3 days before at their office in Talanta Plaza. And I remember he categorically said, we will support these ladies, because he gave reasons, because you are role models. However, he didn't specify what kind of support.
No, he did not. So it's very entertaining, because I've been actually, I put in our sponsor request in writing to the ministry in 2024. So we know, and we've learned over time, that when you're requesting for sponsorship from any organization, corporates, or the ministry, you've got to do it way in advance so that it can be accommodated into the financial budget of the following year. So I did that since last year. And since the beginning of this year, I have been following up personally, going to the ministry, sometimes on a daily basis. So last Monday, I managed to see Waziri, and he gave me an appointment for the following morning. I then also managed to have a meeting with PS2 as well, and a one-on-one meeting with Waziri, who then confirmed, we will support you, Lisa. But it's not just Lisa, it's the ladies. All of these ladies, they were also part of the Lioness Rally team that I founded in March 2022. So, and we drove together under Talenta last year.
Yes.
So it's a team effort, and the ladies were called in, and at 3 p.m. we had a press conference in Waziri's office. PS Tum was present, and the CEO Safari Rally, Charles Gashero. So they announced that these are the ladies, the 4 female drivers. I was given an audience to speak as well, and the navigators as well. And they were also saying any late entries, they would also be waived, and we're all there. We're in. Basically, we are in. So Tuesday it was announced we are in, and it's very exciting. However, we have no idea how much the ministry is supporting us financially with, and when will the funds be released to us. We have no clue whatsoever. Nobody's currently able to give us any answer.
I was hoping to find an answer, but it looks like I have to wait longer. However, of course, we can be optimistic, because I remember also the Magical Kenya Open Golf Championship was almost in the same quagmire, but it happened. So take heart, Lisa.
I do. I have faith.
Indeed. And of course, Lisa will not just be the only one in the cockpit. She'll also need to tell us which car she'll be using in the Safari Rally. She can also inform us or tell us about her navigator. And we are very pleased, our quick recovery wishes to your navigator, Washuka, right?
Yes.
Tell us about Washuka. I'm sure she's somewhere watching, looking, and maybe something that you might say might just get her out of that bed very quickly.
Actually, Washuka was with me yesterday evening. So as you commented on my attire today, I'm very excited to announce my partnership and collaboration with the Vivo Fashion House. I have designed a 12-piece collection for ladies, and we had the Chewy, you know, Mimi ni Mama Chewy. We had the Chewy collection launch yesterday at the flagship shop at Sarit Center, top floor, red carpet event, and the champagne was flowing. And Washuka was actually there celebrating the evening with me, which was exciting. So unfortunately today she's not feeling very well.
Sorry about that.
But Washuka is a contractor, hardworking woman, and she knows everything about this male-dominant world of ours. And of course we know motorsport is a very dominant, male-dominant world.
Indeed, of course. And what car are you guys using this time around, and how is it behaving? I know you'll be having a better, stronger car for your recce on Monday and Tuesday. Will the same car be having the same power on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
We hope, Tony. So I'll be using my Ford Raptor as my recce car. And the rally car I'll be driving is going to be a Subaru N10, which is also a car that I was driving in last year's WRC Safari Rally. Sure. So I'll be driving under the KNRC category. Yes. Yes.
Indeed, of course, as she explained, this WRC is in different categories. The WRC main event that has the likes of Thierry Neuville, Kalle Rovanpera, Takamoto, I hope I've said it well, and all that. And then there's WRC 2, which has the likes of defending champion Solberg. And then we have also ARC, that's the African Rally Championship. We also have the ARC 2. Africa Rally Championship. But then we also have the KNRC. I think I've managed to mention.
Well done. Yes.
Thank you very much. Yes, all those categories are in one event that of course Kenya is hosting. Remember it, we started hosting it after about 20 years hiatus. That was in 2021 when we made a comeback on the calendar of the global event. And of course the Kenyan contract runs till 2026. That is next year. We hope it will be renewed. Do you want to be renewed or not?
Absolutely. Yes. I mean, you talk Safari Rally anywhere in the world and people will say Kenya. I mean, Safari Rally was born in Nakuru, right? This is home to Safari Rally. So it would be very unfortunate if we lost it to another country. So we've just got to fight for it.
Good. Even here at TV47, Radio 47, we shall be fighting for it to stay here. So at least we can be going to eat the fish and have our snorkels both on our cars and in our bicycles in Naivasha. What are your expectations, of course, in this rally? You know how it's actually described as one of the toughest. Actually, the foreign drivers describe it like that. But for you, of course, it's a normal route that you do that every day. What are your expectations? The rains, the dust, the fish, the what? I'm sure it's a cup of coffee.
Do you know, expectations are that we just want to finish. That's it, you know, just bring the car safely back home and that we're all safe and sound. But you know what's so interesting? The countryside in the whole of the Rift Valley where we are driving is so diverse, you know, from black cotton to the fine volcanic ash powder to rocks. You know, it's really diverse. So you've got to be prepared for it. And I think that's quite shocking for the international drivers. But for us here, we're more or less used to driving on different terrains.
Indeed. And of course, Lisa knows a lot of Kiswahili. In fact, she's a Kiswahili teacher back at her home.
That's very interesting.
Anajua Kiswahili mingi sana. But of course, she'll be able to share with us her Kiswahili as well. She speaks very good Kiswahili.
Thank you.
Yes. Yesterday, there was an event. I don't know if my director and my producer have it. There was Vivo Energy was able to at least sponsor some of our female drivers. That is Tinashe Gatimu, together with her mother, Carol Gatimu. They were also able to sponsor Pauline Shegu, together with Lynette Ayuko. And of course, they'll be making history as being the first ever female crew in Kenya to participate in an ARC event. Hey, ulisikia wapi? And then of course, Lisa amesema hajapatiwa mafuta na Vivo. I'm going to call Mark Senteu, the commercial director of Vivo, to explain to us why last year he was able to give Lisa fuel and not this year. So I don't know if you have those cutaways of that event of the Kenyan drivers receiving, of course, their sponsorship yesterday. I remember that event happened in Nairobi. So we'll be able later on to listen to Lynette Ayuko. I was able to get Lynette Ayuko. Also Shabaz Anwar, who will be navigating Rajveer Sethi in the, of course, a car in the WRC. We shall be able to listen to them. And of course, Mark Sente will also be able to share with us exactly why they are supporting WRC. I'll also engage him later on if I'm able to speak to him to tell us why they are not constantly with this motorsport crews, especially females, at least across the year. It's very important. Yes, finally we have the pictures. Yes. So this was yesterday. Of course, Vivo Energy were able, of course, to bring together some of the drivers that will be representing Kenya's crew in the WRC. And clearly, as you can see, several cars. You can see the N10s. You can see the Evolutions. Those are some of the cars that we shall be able to see this WRC. So just to read this, so this partnership, of course, I've told you about Rajveer Sethi, Shabaz Anwar, Isa Mwari, Dennis Mwenda, of course, Timothy Kinoti are some of the drivers that Vivo Energy has been able to put together and ensure that they have a seamless event. Inamaanisha kwamba they will have all the fuel they need. Yani, whether they go to the forest, they get lost, Washuka, for example, reads the wrong pace notes and they end up on the other side of Sleeping Warrior, they'll have enough fuel. Vivo, so you can see clearly I'm campaigning for Lisa to get, hata kama ni mafuta ya mwisho apewe tu ya jioni, aweze kutumia kwa safari rally. And of course, remember also there is the Kasarani Super Special Stage. That stage, I understand, was created and, how do you call it? I mean, that's the digging, the excavating by some of the partners that Vivo has managed. Of course, that is JCB Ganatra, who have been able to ensure that you'll be able to see the rally on the 20th at Kasarani, hapo nyuma ya stadium. Utaweza kuona these very lovely cars participating in the WRC 2025 Safari Rally. Whooping more than 50 drivers will be crisscrossing that special stage before heading to Naivasha, that is in Nakuru County. So well done to Vivo Energy. Let's listen into, okay, let me just see, this is Tinashe. Yes, for those, of course, who are seeing, this is Tinashe Gatimu in the red, checking that engine. Of course, these are a host of some of the machines that are used both for autocross, for rally, and for all those motorsport events on our motorsport calendar in and out of the country. Let's listen into, I don't know if you have, first of all, let's listen to Lynette Ayuko, who is the navigator of Pauline Shegu. Lynette.
Prepared well in terms of the car. The service crew is working on the car. As a team, we've worked out, we have our own strategy on how just to get to the end. It's a longer endurance, so we are looking forward to working together as a team to be able to get us to the end, because we are going to do close to 1,500 kilometers. We moved from an M10 to an M12, so it has more power. Looking forward to the experience. One, two, it's a challenge being the only lady, so we will have to deliver beyond exception and do what the other drivers are doing, competing with the men, and it's an equal playing field. So we are looking forward to show what we also got.
Lisa, what do you know about Ayuko? You've rubbed shoulders in almost all motorsport events in Kenya.
No, I admire her and respect her, and she's a very, very professional navigator. So I'd say Pauline Chego is very lucky to have Lynette.
Indeed.
And I think of the two of them, you've got to have that energy and the synergy of your navigator, because you're stuck in that car. And I know from last year, they can be very frustrated when your navigator loses a page in her road book and you're suddenly lost. Or so at one point, I had to just drive on site. That happens as well. So you just got to be prepared for everything.
My goodness. Please do your recce very well on Tuesday in Naivasha. Also, we were able to talk to Shabaz Anwar, who will be navigating Rajveer Sethi. Most of you remember I was able to interview Sethi, I think 2 weeks ago, and she's raring. Of course, I know Sethi. Rajveer is a son to Shara and Sethi, a good friend of mine, of course, who I knew in 2008. Let's listen to Shabaz, how ready they are for the WRC.
Participating in the Autocross Championship, and it's been amazing. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that has been given to me, and I really am enjoying myself thoroughly, racing quad bikes against cars, and it's quite an experience. I'm looking forward to the upcoming WRC. I've got an opportunity to navigate Rajveer Sethi in the KNRC division, and I'm looking forward to gaining a lot of experience from this opportunity. My message to Shell is that thank you, Asanteni, for coming on board and supporting us drivers. It's an amazing thing that you guys are doing, and we are looking forward to working with you guys for a very long time.
Lisa, you've participated in a lot of, you either directly or indirectly in the autocross events. You've been part of it either, as I've said, indirectly or directly. Do you think we are headed in the right direction? Especially when you see, corporates coming in, whether in whatever form, to support our youngsters like Shabaz.
Absolutely, but however, for this sport to actually survive, everybody needs support. It's a very expensive motorsport to run and operate, and companies have to realize that we are actually billboard on wheels. So don't put your money on a static billboard, put them with us, because we can brand our cars, brand the buggies, for example, and wherever we go, their stickers go with us. We talk the talk. That's what I certainly do for sponsors, Even just now, I've come from KWS headquarters, where they have kindly given outfits to my navigator and myself, including hats, so that we look like a team for recce. And again, that's support can come in many different kinds. So it can come, in items, in suits, but cash is really what we all need to be able to continue to be part of this motorsport.
Indeed, true. Of course, KWS are good friends as well, our partners, directly and indirectly.
Yes.
I got also good friends in KWS. So talk to me nicely. You might just never know. It might not just be on your outfits.
Thank you very much.
Ongea na mimi vizuri.
Tafanya hivyo. Kabisa. Siwezi kukosa.
Asante. Of course, Lisa, just before I bring in Lisa, I have the Vivo Energy manager, commercial business manager, that is Mark Senteu. Mark Senteu is someone, of course, I have known for a long time. We actually shared classes in college. So this, of course, is what Mark Senteu mentioned about why they are stepping into the WRC this time again, because I remember last year I was able to interview Mark Senteu when he was in the middle of Sleeping Warrior in Naivasha, being there personally supervising how the partners were doing justice to his product. So this time around, let's listen to him, because yesterday he spoke during that event of sponsoring these 5 drivers. Mark, talk to us.
And today we are deeply proud to have an official launch for our 5 drivers who are sponsoring this year for the WRC. And it is something which we're extremely proud of. Shell and motorsport is a relationship that has lasted since the beginning of time. For the last 75 years, since the beginning of motorsport, Shell has been a key partner. And here in Kenya, we take pride that we have participated in every one of these events and specifically gone to support the people who need it the most, the drivers.
Yes, Mark Sente, you say you support the drivers. I have one of the drivers that you supported in the 2024 WRC Safari Rally. The driver is called Lisa Christopherson. So, Mark, you support drivers. I have a driver here. Do you need fuel?
I need fuel. I need avgas. And for those that don't know, actually, that rally cars rally on avgas, which is the same fuel that light aircrafts use as well. Of course, there's also rally fuel that some other rally drivers use, but we need avgas. And, you know, it's every little support goes a very, very long way. So I'd be grateful for some drums of avgas.
Yeah, Mark Sente, I'm sure the drums at Vivo Energy cannot miss 400 liters or 1,000 liters for Lisa and the team. Yeah, so Mark, we have made an official proposal verbally. We shall be followed it up with a physical meeting, paperwork. But just, Lisa, in a nutshell, how much does it cost to, if you put round up, how much it costs just to make sure that you race in the WRC from start to end?
So I'd like to also maybe explain the little nitty-gritties, because a lot of people don't understand how much is required. So if we start, for example, with the suits, the rally suits, that all have to be FIA approved, and they have an expiry date. So everything, all our innerwear, our socks, our helmets, the seat belts, the seats in the car, everything has an expiry date. So for example, we have one place in Nairobi that we can go and buy rally suits, but you're looking at 150,000 shillings. And, you know, if we're driving for 4 days, minimum 4 suits, 2 for the navigator and 2 for the driver, then a helmet each, 125,000, a pair of shoes is almost 40,000 shillings, right? And so that's just the gear itself. Then you've got to, you know, you've got to pay your competition license. And then we all hire, us ladies, I know the 3 of us are hiring cars. So you pay millions of shillings to hire that car that comes with mechanics and some spare parts. There's still some spare parts that are missing. And so it's a very expensive game. So and then you've also got to have your insurance, your medical insurance for both you and your navigator, flying doctors as well. You know, and then you've got your own service crew. You've got, like, we go around with the media team as well. We try and capture as much as possible because it's all about storytelling, you know. I'm working on my own international reality TV show. So this is going to be part of that, one of the episodes in the series. But, you know, you're looking at minimum 10 million shillings. And I'm really, like today, I'm asking Tony for corporates or even private sector to sponsor me for whatever amount. Even if it's 100K, I'll be willing to put their sticker on my rally car.
And of course, you mentioned about you have a pay bill. Where can someone access or be part of it? Whether they're sending 100 shillings, 100,000, 1 million, 80,000 US dollars, 80,000 Kenya shillings.
Absolutely.
Yeah, where can they directly reach you for further guidance in terms of how that?
So I have a fundraising pay bill, which is 542-542, and the account number is 703264. Or they can also find me on Instagram. It's Lisa_Christopherson, and DM me there. I'll be delighted for whatever contribution that anybody would like to support us with. And of course, we would also be very happy to meet with them in person if they would like that, and do some photo shoots, videos, whatever. But for companies, this is a wonderful opportunity to brand your car, because WRC is viewed by over 6 billion global viewers. So this is a chance not to miss out. And some of our largest corporates here, I'm surprised to see that they're not supporting Rally this year.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad to hear. Same stories. Corporates don't like, I don't know what to say about that, but I know they have their own reasons. However, as you've just rightfully heard, billions of eyeballs, it is actually one of the most watched rallies on the WRC calendar, 14 legs, and WRC Safari is the most watched globally. 6 billion is a number that we can actually put out there. It could be actually more kind of numbers. And here we are, of course, I know TV47 and Radio 47 already, we have given our sponsorship. As you're speaking right now, we're already giving our sponsorship to Lisa. She might not say it directly, but I'm saying it directly. Hata ukatai.
Thank you. Sikatai chochote. Sasa hivi nachukua kila kitu.
Yes, of course, we are doing a sponsorship. But as you clearly heard, it's a very expensive sport. And definitely corporates need to come in. And of course, as you've heard, I'll just repeat her pay bill. You can find her on Instagram. That is Lisa_Christopherson.
Said it right.
On Instagram. And then, of course, you find the pay bill 542 70 32 64. That is the account number.
Correct.
So you can interact with her, whether you can support her emotionally, physically, financially, socially, and even come to Naivasha, of course, to be there, carry her brand. She'll be very perfectly happy. You can come dressed like the way she's dressed because she has a clothing line. Tell us about that.
So my new safari collection is called the Chewy Collection.
Chewy, like Chewy,
Kama
C-H-U-I.
Chewy,
Ile mnyama, ile paka ya
paka na anaonekana kama kuna madodo.
Hiyo. Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the Chewy Collection. So I've always had a passion and love for animal print designs, and the leopard print has always been my absolute favorite. So we called it the Chewy Collection, and it's a collaboration together with the Vivo fashion brand. And they have over 30 retail stores around Kenya. They're in Rwanda. They're in America. Yeah, in Atlanta, Georgia. So it's wonderful to be part of such a great Kenyan company that is going global. So my collection is available right now at the Sarit Center Safari Shop on the first floor. And we had our launch yesterday. So yeah, this safari dress is mine because I also do safaris. I'm very passionate about safaris. I've written 2 comprehensive guidebooks on Kenya that each have a foldable map of Kenya at the back. Kenyans themselves, unfortunately, do not know their country, from the deserts to the volcanoes, to the north, the south, the east. So it's very exciting that we can also say to people that when you do go out there, I always say, when you go bush, you don't have to look bush, right? So this is actually a collection that you can also wear to work. So it's got quite a corporate look to it. So even this with this dress, I can wear it with flats. I've worn it with boots today or a pair of high heels. So it's how you accessorize as well.
Okay. Do you have it for men like myself?
We're getting it. It's going to be very exciting. Beautiful safari jackets are coming for men and nice safari shirts. But there's also a collaboration that I'm doing together with KWS. But that's to be talked about later.
Haina shida, tutaongea hiyo baadaye. But what has kept you in this, Lisa? What has kept you, despite all these challenges, knocking on doors, being shut, windows opening, closing? People, yes, they open the doors, sit you down, but they get you out in the cold again. What has kept you going? Why are you not giving up? Give up and just sit at home and relax and enjoy skiing.
Ooh, that might be a great idea. However, you know, I founded Kenya's first only women's safari rally, the Lionesses, in 2022. What you start, Tony, you finish, okay? So by me being part of the motorsport within an all-women's team is also empowering the young girls today never to give up, okay? I always explain it as when you are growing up and when you get your license, you're driving through life. You are navigating those obstacles that sometimes you wake up and to those battles. Sometimes there's a triple caution bump. Sometimes unapiga reverse because you've taken the wrong turn. So do you understand? That is metaphorically, I'm describing this for the young women, never to give up. Because you take a wrong turn or you've knocked on a wrong door, you keep going. What you start, you finish. And this is the persistence. And as Waziri said to me, he said, Lisa, you are very consistent.
Yes, you have been.
I am very consistent, and I will not take a no for an answer when the yes was already given to me. Right?
I hear you. I hear you.
Do you hear me?
Yes.
And that is what I want these young women out there who may be looking for a job and they get turned down. No, you continue. Like somebody once said the other day, that many girls, when they have to apply for a job and in the application, they have to have all of these criteria, maybe 12. They'll follow the rules, but a guy will say, I've got 7 of them, let me try. And they'll do it. And that's what we sometimes have to do, is to chance things, take a chance. and see if that door will open.
Yep. Please, doors will open. And of course, I'm normally very encouraged by the story that Lisa shares every other year. She never gives up. She has the same smile, better smile even than the previous year. However, if you opened her heart, you'd be like, oh my God, I don't want to do this thing. But she has stuck in there in this motorsport all this time. And that's why, of course, we like this kind of stories. We'll always be supporting this kind of beautiful feel-good stories about motorsport. Remember, if you're joining us, this is Sports Extravaganza. We are going to occupy the WRC Safari Rally. I know most of you are wondering why using the name Occupy. Thousands of fans will be in Naivasha this weekend. So for those of us who like going and traveling over the weekend, like my Luya people from Western Kenya, tafadhali, you will have to follow alternative routes. That has been clearly stipulated. That has clearly been stipulated in the directive by the National Police Service. They have given you alternative routes. So usikue kimbelembele and park garis and force your way to Naivasha. We'll be busy watching cars and we need our safety. Please. This event is over 1,500 kilometers, cumulatively competitive and transport stages.
Correct.
So it's a long, tough, grueling rally. And just before I let Liz, of course, go and rev her Raptor. When am I driving that Raptor?
Well, just after the show. Or find me in
Lisa wants me to
Naivasha.
be fired up just for driving a Raptor. Tell us, Lisa, who you mentioned about Thierry Neuville. Is one, of course, of your favorite drivers. We have the likes of Sébastien Ogier, who looks like he has just refused to come for the safari. Sébastien Ogier, of course, who has won the safari rally several times in the past. They have actually been alternating Sébastien Ogier, Thierry Neuville, Sébastien Ogier, Thierry Neuville. Just before we took a break, it was Kimi Raikkonen, Richard Burns, Mackinnon. It was just like that. Who is your favorite driver? Why Thierry Neuville?
No, I just think, again, because he's been rallying for so many years,
Yeah.
and you clearly see there's still that passion there, because you've got to have passion for it. Like I was saying earlier, it's grueling, it's hot, you are sweating, and us drivers, we have to also wear gloves. We're not allowed to roll up our sleeves, or if it's hot or anything, you just have to bite the dust, so to speak. And so there has to be passion there. And I can see the passion that Terry has
Yes.
in the motorsport. And that's the spark and the passion that you want to share down to the youngsters that don't enter sport for the wrong reasons. Yeah, you must have that passion and that desire to follow through to the end.
Tell us some of your crew members, what they do, how long they have been with you. They would love to hear you acknowledge the work they do. There's someone mentioning you on TV and on radio, on any medium. It's very powerful. I'm sure you know that.
No, absolutely. You need a team, you need supporters, behind the scenes people as well. So I have a team manager whose name is Nazir. He's actually spent most of the day together with me, picking up different little spare parts and looking at the rally car, the N10, going through what we need. So he'll be working with the team on my car while I'm doing the recce in Naivasha. And of course, Washuka Christopher is my navigator. And then I've got Richard Lela, who I have worked with for the past 5 years. He's one of Kenya's top photographers and great media guy. So he's there with me, capturing all the details. He might have one or two other guys with him.
Well done. Well done to the team. I'm sure it's a host of others, so many others. Those, of course, who bring water to Lisa at the service park. Those who make her food for her to carry in her N10. She's forgetting to tell you that she actually drinks water and food in the N10 while she's driving. Those, of course, who ensure that she's having rest. Like, after the rally at the service park, she needs to, stretch her legs, get massaged. Sinasema ukweli?
Hiyo ni kweli kabisa.
Miguu zako zinafura kwa gari huko ukiendesha.
Sana. And that's another thing that people forget about, that you're driving a manual gear shift, right? So your legs are working, your arms are working, your shoulders and everything. So it's important that you have mental, physical health, okay? Both mental and physical. So at Lifestyle in Gigiri, where my business is, we have a gym. So we do kickboxing. So we do kickboxing nearly every day,
Yes.
core work, and we've got a team of great trainers.
Yes.
I mean, there's a gym for everybody, but they specialize in kickboxing.
Okay.
And that is a really, really good way to get fit and to get strong. Because last year I was driving on day 2 of the Safari Rally.
Yes.
Not many people knew. I lost power steering. So you were just kanyagaing through without, and your arm afterwards is so sore. So a massage after each day is welcomed.
But she's not telling you she has biceps.
I'm hiding them.
Akona Misuli. I am Lisa Christopherson, of course, one of the drivers here. I understand we also have Abdul Sidi on the line. Abdul Sidi, if you can hear me, this is Sports Extravaganza. My name is Tony Kwalanda, your longtime friend. Abdul Sidi has been known for motorsport all these years. I actually found him in motorsport back in 2008, and he actually taught me and showed me several things about motorsport. So Abdul Sidi, welcome to Sports Extravaganza on TV47. Tell us exactly, I know, where are you yourself? You might be at home, but I'm sure you're already working towards the WRC Safari Rally. Abdul Sidi, where are you? What is happening there, and how are things?
It's a really long time.
Yes.
And he's also a very good friend of mine.
Yes. Of course, of my director adds a bit volume. Yes, I have Lisa, your friend here, Abdul.
Hi, Abdul.
Yeah. Hi, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Excited to see you in Naivasha.
Well, I leave for Mombasa tomorrow morning.
Aha. Okay. Tell us, Abdul, how are things so far? I know you're in the middle of planning, organizing. You've been there. You actually planned rally as soon as it ends. Tell us how things are so far in terms of the number of the foreigners who are already here. Have their cars arrived in Naivasha? Are they looking forward to this? What's going on, Abdul?
Well, Safari is not what it used to be.
Yes.
But we are all looking at how we can promote Safari, how we can promote Kenya.
Yes.
And it's a very proud moment for Kenyans and rally fans in Kenya.
Indeed. Yes.
On Monday.
Yeah, go on, Abdul. Sorry, go on.
But on Monday, the drivers will be here. They'll start doing their recce, and that's the official part of the rally. And as you know, recce to be done in a standard car. No speakers on it, no noise on it, only 2 drivers to it, and you should not go over 80 kph.
Yeah.
And each stage, you can't do more than 5 your program.
Indeed. And of course, Abdul, I know your brother as well. The CDs are known in motorsport. Your brother is the one who has actually put Kenya on the map by creating very difficult sections and routes for all the international drivers. What do you normally discuss just as you plan this rally to give us this toughest rally, the cities?
Well, Safari, it's a famous name. Safari used to be known as one of the toughest events in the calendar. And let me tell you,
yes,
I'm very proud to say that.
Yes.
Because I did 18 Safari rallies and finished 15 of them.
Yes.
When Safari was 6 days.
Yes.
5 days, 5,800 kilometers.
Yes.
98 time controls.
Yes.
Now the Safari is 3 days.
Yeah.
But, not more than 20 time controls.
Mm-hmm.
And the longest stage is 34 kilometers.
Yes.
The previous Safari, the longest stage was 250 kilometers.
Wow. Yes.
And I'm proud to say that because I navigated Kenyan champions Patrick Zero.
Yes.
Hazaranga.
Yes.
African champion from Zambia, 8 times African champion in Uganda Rally.
Yes.
And world group and champion from Belgium, Gregoire Dimaguez, Rally.
Well.
All without any experience, but practical knowledge.
Wow. And of course, Abdul, of course, most people might not be knowing, most might be knowing in the motorsport circles, but you've been very instrumental in terms of training, nurturing, growing, assisting motorsport in so many ways, from drivers to navigators to crews to mechanics to consultants to tell us something about that academy, and of course, where is it at so far?
It's me now. You're talking to me. Abdul Sidi, rally advisor.
Yes.
And like last year, Safari had 500 marshals,
Yes.
55 rally drivers, all my students. And I do all this free of charge. I don't charge. I'm the only one training in Uganda, Tanzania, Burundi, South Africa.
Yes.
And I'm proud to say it's something I've given back to the sport.
Yes.
Yeah. So co-driver is also my student.
All right. Indeed, of course, Abdul, we really appreciate your time. Are you looking forward to this rally? Tell us, of course, what you're looking forward to this rally, Abdul. I know there's something you always look forward to every year that you do safari. What is this one thing you're looking forward to this 2025?
Just to hear the noise of the rally cars.
And the dust. And getting
The dust. I hide myself in the guest room.
I know, and of course, I know everything has been set. Just maybe in a summary in 1 minute, Abdul. People just think about the cars, racing, and all that, but a lot has happened behind the scenes in terms of the safety teams, in terms of the insurance, in terms of the evacuations, in terms of emergency, all those things. In a nutshell, Abdul, I'm sure for the benefit of those who don't know what happens behind the scenes, some of the things that have already been taken care of during this safari rally.
Safety is paramount. And if you can't arrange your safety first,
Yes.
then you're behind schedule. Toyota Kenya has donated 6 vehicles.
Yes.
Car 00, car 0,
Yes.
00, and
Yes.
000.
Yes.
Those are all safety cars.
Yes.
You've got helicopters.
Yes.
You've got doctors.
Yes.
You've got, you see, nurses and all doctors. They're on the stages.
Yes.
In case of any accident, immediately they attend.
Yes.
So those are some of the things that have been put in place. And one of the sponsors. And unfortunately,
Yes.
there are not very many sponsors who have come up on board to sponsor the drivers. KCB is the only bank which has come up
Yes.
sponsoring 4 drivers. The Nasrat Katimu, Karan Patel, Nikhil Sachania, and Evans Kavisa. Apart from sponsoring the safari itself, those are the only 4 drivers who have got sponsors and people helping them.
Indeed. Thank you. Thank you so much, Abdul Sidi. I'll be looking forward to catch you in Naivasha, of course, to benefit, of course, from your experience, to interact with you, because you are indeed a wealth of knowledge and a wealth of dictionary, of course, about motorsport. You have done over and beyond, of course, in terms of growing motorsport in Kenya. Personally, I can testify that anywhere, without a shadow of doubt, that indeed you together, of course, the cities, you have really done a lot for the sport, and we appreciate for the work you've done, Sidi.
Thank you so much, Tony.
Yes.
And well done to the University TV.
Yes.
And I hope to see you soon.
Thank you so much. Of course, Lisa says thank you as well.
Thank you, Abdul. We
Thank you.
appreciate your support every year.
Thank you very much.
Asante. Thank you, Abdul. Of course, Abdul Sidi. The cities have indeed been very instrumental. Lisa, you know that. Of course,
Very.
you know the Sidi brothers. They're the ones actually, the brains, some of the brains behind this race.
No, Abdul is very, very supportive. I mean, last year, when my navigator needed some navigating skills and some good tips, we sent her down to Abdul, and Washuka has also been sitting with Abdul as well. So he's very kind.
Now, you know, of course, Sidi is on social media. He is a very welcoming person, very assisting. That I can say without any fear of contradiction, because that I know personally been through. I just didn't end up being a navigator or a marshal or a whatever. I just wanted to stick to my talking. That's the only place I can do. And remember, besides Abdul Sidi, Azza Anwar, of course, just told me, he was supposed to be here today, but he told me he is one of the drivers who will be driving the safety vehicles during the WRC Safari Rally. So I'm very happy to see some of our legends, our multiple Safari Rally winners like Azza Anwar taking part in the Safari directly or indirectly. And I'm happy, actually, he's driving the safety car for the WRC 2025. Azza Anwar, congratulations. I was supposed also to get Asad Anwar, the father to Hamza Anwar, but I understand Asad flew to the UK to get some spare parts for Hamza. So it's been a busy month for Safari Rally. That's why we are actually acknowledging the presence of Lisa, because it's busy, it's chaotic. And of course, Lisa, we appreciate you spare time really to come and sit with us here at TV47. We don't take it for granted.
Anytime. Anytime for you, Tony.
Of course, we will take a very, very, very short break. But remember, just to remind you, because Lisa needs your support, the pay bill is 542,542. Account number is 703264. All details about the support that you can provide for Lisa and crew, you can find on her IG or Instagram. That is Lisa_Christopherson. Be part of this team amongst others. You just never know. By just being part of the team, you never know where they'll elevate you. This is Sports Extravaganza. My name is Tony Kwalanda. Lisa, we appreciate all the best in the Safari. TV47 and Radio 47 and TV47 Digital will be on the ground from 20th till 23rd. We shall give you live broadcasts of the fun experience and the thrills and spills.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Tony.
Yes.
And we'll see you in Naivasha.
Asante sana. We are taking a very short break. We'll be back in a bit. Welcome back. This is Sports Extravaganza. My name is Tony Kwalanda. Thank you for staying with us. This is a show. My director, Mr. Ireman, Inonda himself, on the decks together with producer Stanley Nyaringita. Remember, this show is by you, so we need to hear from you. Talk to us. Send us WhatsApp videos. You can send us WhatsApp voice notes if you cannot do a video, 20 seconds. Or you can actually do a WhatsApp video call. Yes, actually now we are going live. So if you're on WhatsApp, you can actually go live on WhatsApp and call us in live. Weka makeup, go to a quiet place and just call us in on WhatsApp live. The numbers, the WhatsApp is 0793 267 279. That is the WhatsApp number, 0793 267 279. You can call us on landline, the usual line on 0795 045 864. 0795 045 864. Those are two options. You can reach us. And this is the question we are asking you. Very simple. What are your thoughts about the Super Sunday English Premier League game between Arsenal versus my team, the Blues, Chelsea, at the Emirates Stadium tomorrow Sunday? What are your thoughts about Arsenal versus Chelsea English
looking
Premier
at
League game that will be tomorrow? Mimi nitakuwa mitini nikiwatch hii game. What are your thoughts about the Arsenal versus Chelsea English Premier League game? Go on WhatsApp. You can call us in live on the WhatsApp number. On the video, please, you can call us video. Tupigie na video ya WhatsApp. Yes, tupigie video ya WhatsApp. We will take it live. You can participate in it. The number ya WhatsApp ya video live ni 0793267279. Ya kucall in live simu ni 0795045864. Ongea na sisi. Hapa ndo tutapiganga shughuli. Teke. Now, I have, my director informs me we need to go to Mombasa, where we have, of course, roll ball. Remember, there is a very important one as roll ball. Now, there's one team that definitely has taken Kenyan roll ball space by storm. That's, of course, a team that definitely is putting and marketing the sport across these 47 counties you have in the country. And so that's what we're supposed to engage with them. Now, we have a team in Mombasa. I don't know if my Inonda has that particular team. And they just need to tell us, exactly where we are in terms of promotion of roll ball in Kenya. They are, of course, in Mombasa. Let's start, of course. We have them, as you can see clearly. Wameka, stand by. Let's just engage. They can in any order. They will, of course, tell us their name, the team, the club they participate in, and where they are right now, and what is happening there. Of course, they have heard me loud and clear. Tuende kazi.
Guys, to call live microphone.
Yes, please. Yes, if you can hear us, this is Sports Extravaganza. Just inform us your name, the club that you play for or represent, what you do in that particular team, and where you are right now and what is happening there.
Thank you very much. Hi, guys. It's another beautiful Saturday that we're here live in Mombasa. TV47, shout out. My name is Coach Ogola. I'm the coach of TUM Marines, and right now we are in TUM University. That is in Mombasa, and behind me is the rollball team, TUM Marines, and we're in our training session, and also we are welcoming you to our humble court to celebrate our trophy. Thank you.
Of course, tell us about, you said, of course, that's TUM Marines. It's nice to see TUM Marines. Where do you train? Where are you stationed? I know, of course, TUM, yes, what it means. But, of course, where do you train? When do you train? How do you train? Who trains there? Both, is it ladies and both men? Give us that entire when somebody who just wants to know about TUM, that they'll be able to benefit from that. Coach Ogola.
Okay, thank you. First of all, allow me to just give maybe the breakup of the game. The game that you're witnessing today is called rollball. Rollball is handball on skates. It was founded in India by a very youthful man by then called Sir Raju Dabade, who's currently also in Kenya for the Junior World Cup, but I'll come to that. So the game is a mixture of handball, basketball, and skates. The court is 40 by 20, and then the rules are just safe. No pulling, no pushing, no grabbing, no fighting. And then the team that scores the most goals takes the day. So when you come to TUM Marines is, again, as I'll introduce, Technical University of Mombasa. It is a team that's almost a year and a half old. And currently, this is where we train. We train at the basketball court because we don't have the facility for the exact court. As I've said, the court is 40 by 20. But we are using what we have because as players, we are trained to adjust and adapt. And that's what we are doing. We are next to the ocean. If you had a drone, you'd have seen the ocean is just beside us. And yeah, we are blessed. Currently, we are the only team in the university that's playing roll ball. But we're also pushing to grow other teams within the vicinity, like One University and clubs in Malindi. So hopefully, before the end of the year, we might have more teams playing roll ball. Thank you. Back to you in studio.
Coach Ogola, you know, as you've mentioned that you are near the ocean, I was expecting you to be half dressed or half naked in other terms. But of course, you know, children are watching and we don't want them to, and of course the above 18 might disturb you in your DMs. But of course, tell us about Coach Ogola himself. I understand, of course, you played for KU. You've captained the Kenyatta University team. You've been in a national team. You've coached KU. Why did you leave and why Marines?
Thank you. It's an honor. You know, when you mention these titles, when it hits our mind. But at the end of the day, it's just passion and trying to make other people's life better. That's the life I've been in. So I had been in Nairobi all that time, playing at Kenyatta University. And then one thing stood up is I've never seen a player in the national team from Mombasa. And the game has been here since 2012. So I was thinking about, you know, coming to Mombasa to do something. Coincidentally, when I went to a tournament in Kisumu, that's the first time I met the team. That was their first tournament. They came to Kisumu. I went there as a referee, and that's where we met. Then I think a week later, they got in touch and said they were interested in furthering the game and looking for a coach. And then I was like, God has spoken, because I'd already thought of, you know, relocating from Nairobi to come and do projects in the coastal region. And here is a team that is willing to work with me in developing and, you know, making this kids' life better. Why not? So yeah, so I left Nairobi just to come to Mombasa for a new challenge. As you know, as an athlete, you always want to be challenged. And I believe, as per coach, I've done something, but not yet. We're almost like only 20% in. We are wishing to impact many lives as possible. And that's why I'm here. Even in here, maybe after some few years, I might leave and go to another place. But it's all in the journey of making a better world for our children and the next generation.
Coach Ogola, I know why you left KU and went to the coast. And that's why you are next to the beach. Najua ni kwa nini. Ndio uende upige sherehe. But Coach Ogola, just to, of course, to engage and interact
Back
with...
in studio.
Just to interact with the colleagues, some of your colleagues that you have seated with at that particular platform, Coach Ogola, if you can hear me, I would like to hear the ones on your left or on your right. They can tell us their name, what they do for TUM Marines, how long they have been in TUM Marines, and how they find roll ball so far when they joined roll ball. So to you, Coach Ogola, to engage either person on your left or right, just to tell us about themselves and why they are in roll ball at TUM Marines. Okay, Coach Ogola, can you hear me? If you can hear me, Coach Ogola, if you're joining us, we are, of course, with the TUM Marines. This is a university roll ball team. Just as you've heard from Coach Ogola, it is, I think, the first ever university team to participate in roll ball. And currently, of course, they are coming to us live from Mombasa at the coast region. I understand, of course, their training place is next to the ocean. I am envious. Nasikia Waru. And of course, they have an entire team they train. And as Coach Ogola has mentioned, is a man who's full of experience. Has coached teams here in Nairobi, and now definitely has taken that expertise to the coast. Coach Ogola, if you can hear me, we would like to hear also from your colleagues on that bench. for them to tell us about their experience in roll ball since they joined roll ball. How has it been, and so far where they are?
Time in a run, but
All right, that is, of course, the roll ball. We can always just go to those pictures. But remember, we are engaging Coach Ogola, who definitely is in charge of TUM, Two Marines, Technical University of Mombasa Marines. That is Two Marines. It's a team that participates in the roll ball in the country. As you've heard, as I mentioned earlier, the only university team, according to Ogola's words, for being the only university team that takes part in roll ball. And roll ball is taking Kenya by storm. Just this week, I understand there was, of course, a press conference speaking about Kenya's ability of hosting an international event. So incoming is an roll ball international event that will be coming in a few, I think, weeks or months, if I'm not wrong. Kenya will be host to a very important tournament internationally, where we'll be hosting different countries. So we apologize, we've just missed, our connection has just cut kidogo. We will sort that issue. Our engineers are on standby working on it to ensure we get that connection back, just to ask them where they are, their challenges, and how the season looks like, the 2025 season. This is Sports Extravaganza. My name is Tony Kwalanda. We come to you live every Saturday from 4 p.m. all the way to 7 p.m. This is a place we give you live events, activations, highlights, the best analysis, and of course, the best personalities in the sports circles. It is a place we definitely need to make time every Saturday. Coach Ogola, if you can hear me now, welcome back to our show. I understand our engineers have managed to sort the issue. Coach Ogola, tell us, you can give the microphone to whoever is on the left or on the right to tell us who they are, what they do at Two Marines, and to give us a history of when they joined Two Marines and why.
Good evening. It's Praxidis Lizzie, captain to Marine Ladies. I first joined rollball in 2023, around August there. That was my first time when I heard about something like this game called rollball. I was a beginner. I didn't know how to skate, but through the people that I found here, they taught me how to skate. And that's when I got interested in playing this game rollball, because it was very interesting.
Yes, of course, if you can hear me, anything else, Coach Ogola can ask them anything, the challenges they are faced in roll ball, is it equipment, is it the training ground, is it finances? What are some of the challenges that you have faced, and how have you overcome them? Because of course ladies shy away from sport, but of course we are trying to encourage them to be part of the sport. Tell us, of course, how you've overcome them and some of the challenges.
Okay, some of the challenges that you have been facing, okay, let me speak as the ladies captain. You see, like most of the ladies here are afraid of falling, and falling is part of skating, which is also part of the game. So we have ladies coming in, and then they just become afraid. When they see the game, they see like the game is very aggressive for them. But once they come in, we prepare them mentally and physically, telling them that falling is part of learning, and we just make the game to be more fun and enjoyable to them. Thus, they come here, they see how we do skate, we skate together, we play peacefully, fun, safe. So that's how we do encourage them, by playing safely and encouraging them mentally before they join the game.
Indeed.
Another challenge is, okay, the court behind us is not that standard, so that's another challenge we're going through, but we always make it work, we always play with it, and it's always serving us, so we are just grateful for it, because other people out there don't have the court, but we have the opportunity and we have the court, so I can say that it's not that much of a challenge, because you're working with it.
Okay, well done. Of course, maybe we can hear somebody else. We have an entire team there. We've selected courtesy of Coach Ogola. Any other person, of course, on that panel who can tell us what the government needs to do for roll ball. You are in university. And definitely you have to study, you have to go to class, you have to be at home, you have to do side hustles, and then also you have to play roll ball. Do you think the government is doing enough to support and promote the game of roll ball in the country, or what can the government do more to ensure roll ball gets the same sort of support and fame like football, for example?
Thank you very much for the question. Good evening all. I'm Saidu, the captain, men. First of all, what the government should put in place to ensure roll ball equalizes as the other games. The items that we use, whatever we require, such as skates, the safety gears, including the helmets, the guards, should be, and I guess must be provided to the players who volunteer themselves to play, for them to have a conducive environment, conducive court to have themselves engaged. Another thing that the government should put in place to ensure roll ball in universities and other institutions is ensuring the universities have and their sportsmen in the respective universities, and ensures there is a game, first game in the university, players who play, and then if there are other things like funds that can be disbursed to the university to ensure how they manage their things, their logistics, how they put them in place, that should also be appreciated if the government could do the same. Thank you.
Indeed, of course. Captain, also tell us, we know, definitely you've told us, of course, Saidu, tell us, who is Captain Saidu? Who are you? Of course, we have seen you right now, and most of people know you, but someone who doesn't know you, someone who is in Baragoi and would like to know who the captain of two Marines is. Please describe us who you are, of course, to our audience, and tell us how your day looks like, for example, your entire day, mixing it up with your school, your training, and your home. Tell us how that looks like, and of course, information about who the captain is.
Thank you very much for the question. Saidu, I'm Saidu. First, I used to be a player. Before then, I am a student at the Technical University of Mombasa. I was a player before, and now I'm a captain. I'm looking forward to broadening this more so that we can have something that's tangible, something more. How my day looks like, you have to balance just logistics. You plan yourself, your prior commitments, you plan yourself. My day, starting from the morning, you wake up, you have your classes, you plan yourself, knowing that at the respective time for the game, you have to be present at the court. Back at home, just phone calls thereafter after the game. But my day usually is very busy, but now I have to balance. I have to plan myself accordingly to have everything done on time.
Indeed. Thank you very much, Captain.
Yeah, thank you.
Saidu, who is the Technical University of Mombasa Marines roll ball team, speaking to us. Also, we will not leave the captain of the ladies team, Praxi. Praxi, tell us, of course, who exactly you are in terms of something special, unique about yourself, and give us your day, how your day looks like. Tell us how you go to school, when, for example, you go back home, when you wash your dishes, when you do all these things, when you do your clothes, when you go back to the training. Tell us how that mixes up all that, so at least a lady who is interested in roll ball can see how you're managing all these things.
Okay, it's Praxi. Like, how do I manage to schedule for roll ball and my schoolwork and my duty work? It's all about scheduling my things, because, okay, we always meet here at 4:30. Hence, that gives me the time to prioritize my study work, because I always have classes in the morning only and maybe during the afternoon, so that always gives me time to prepare for roll ball. And for my house chores, we always have Sundays and Saturdays, whereby we do come here at 3. So before 3 p.m., I always have the time to prepare, to do my house chores, to do my assignments before Monday reaches. So it's all about creating time. Like, time is there. It's just about how you schedule your things. Yeah.
And Praxi, just before I give it to Coach Ogola, what financial value does this game add to you? Does it have any value, Praxi, as a captain? Does it have any value financially, emotionally, psychologically, socially? What value does roll ball have to you as the captain?
Okay. Let's speak about that emotionally part or physically. Emotionally, this is one place where you can come, just play and forget about all of your stresses back at home. Like, you see, as a comrade, we go through a lot. So, but once you're here in the court, even if you're hungry, you won't feel like you're hungry. It will just be okay. You'll just be concentrating on the game. You will be making yourself like you'll be physically fit and stuff. So, like, roll ball takes away a lot of things that we do as comrade. Because while you're here at the court, you won't think about, oh, I'll be going home after this and I'll be hungry. That thought will just disappear once you get here, because it's fun interacting with people. It's very fun, yeah.
And Praxi, just before I let you go, please describe Coach Ogola in 2 sentences. Na usimuogope.
Usimuogope. Coach Ogola is very hardworking, and he doesn't give up on people. Very hardworking.
Unaogopa coach.
And simogopi, anatumotivate vibaya sana. It's very motivative, eh?
Ebu patia Saidu atudescribe coach Ogola in 1 paragraph. Saidu captain. Saidu captain, please describe Coach Ogola. No usimuogope. Usimuogope tafadhali. You have security of tenure. Captain Saidu atukuski, describe Ogola, coach.
Thank you. First, he's a man of his words, a man of very hard work. Whatever he says, he always keep whatever he says. He plans himself accordingly and disseminates whatever he says on time. Our coach is very hardworking coach. Since we met him, he has put a lot of effort to ensure our team as roll ball grows. He is also innovative. He inquires things like tournaments, things like games, and other things that roll ball are included. He always works on time so that we have the information on time to avoid any inconveniences.
Okay, sawa. Aya, sasa nipatie Coach Ogola. Nataka kuuliza Coach Ogola the challenges that some of the challenges as a team. What has the government done so far? How is the playing field in roll ball, generally speaking? Is there a hope for the growth of roll ball in Kenya? And of course, I share all that, of course, as we wind up.
Before we wind up, we have our team manager, labda frame hajamshika, but we have our team manager to my left.
Yes, so mpatie team manager.
Anafikisha salamu bwana. Team manager anaweza nifukuza kazi bwana.
Mpatie
unga na huko kwa studio surely.
Mpatie hiyo microphone. TM atuambie jina yake kabisa, anafanya nini, and of course some of the success stories, and to tell us also how the season looks like for roll ball and also for your team.
Good evening. My name is Maxwell. It is a very humble time and a very nice time to be with you guys. This is a very hard-working team with the coach and the captains. They are so demanding. So one thing that makes us the team that we are today is that the coach is so demanding. You have to do whatever he wants. If you want to be within this particular environment, you have to put that sheer hard work to, have a success as a team. It's been more or less like 3 years of sheer hard work, and you can see the results. At least we have a trophy today. Within 3 years, it's not easy. The season, we have plans ahead. We hope the institution will support us, and we are up there. We are eyeing for that title as well.
TM also, just before...
we are up there. We are seriously eyeing for that title. More particularly the men's team, now that the ladies team already brought something at home. So I believe in the men's team that through the coach, through the captains, through the players, the coordination we have, we are going to have a better team going on forward. The reason I'm playing rollerball is it's fun. It's so fun. Other than it being a rollerball, it mentally keeps you fit, physical fitness. And as I said, this is a family. So you have friends, family himself. The coach is the coach when he's on the pitch, but outside you have a brother and above all a father to guide you through your endeavors, day-to-day runnings.
All right.
Challenges as a TM, the team sometimes have few players, particularly the ladies, as the captain said. Yeah. The ladies fear playing, many people don't like falling, getting hurt once in a while. The ladies team, sometimes we are redeemed to only 8 or to 10 players, unlike the men's team that have almost 6, 7, up to 10 players plus. But that is not that serious challenge. It's a matter of numbers, and we believe that we'll always lift the ladies to always play and give us better results.
Oh, well done. Well done. Thank you very much, team manager. Unless there is one. Coach, sumenipatia tatu coach, jameni.
So yes, that is 2 Marines to you guys.
Yeah, coach,
yes,
you have 1 minute.
That one I know. Nimesikia vile nasema, yes, I'm demanding. And I think that's because I've been a player for the longest time, and I'm still a player in other sports, and that gives me the edge as a coach, as you'd have asked. It's because I understand what it feels from being that player who's always on the bench. I understand what it feels from being the captain. I understand what it feels to being that player in the national team who people are relying on once in a while. So with that in my mind, I think that gives me the edge of being able to coach these guys. Because right now in rollball, I'm a referee, international referee, and I'm also a coach. But when I go back to frisbee, I'm a beginner. I'm throwing discs wrongly and I'm fumbling, and I truly understand what it means to be a player at whichever level that I work with them. The demanding part is because I know what it takes to become a good player, because I've achieved a lot, and I want these guys just to be able to achieve a lot but faster than I took. If I took 10 years, I need my athletes to take at least 4 years, and then finally we need to mentor these guys to become the next generation of accountable people in this society. In rollball, in Marines, it's not only as a team, but there are a lot of things we do other than just the game. Like currently, we are using yoga to stretch. Some of the athletes do salsa and other sports. So we're just trying to have a whole perspective of the game, and I think that's the notch we have. So currently, on our calendar of events, we are waiting for the confirmation of the World Cup. The previous World Cup to 2023 was in India, and Kenya won men and women. Right now we are having the Junior Championships come April 15 to the 22nd. It was launched yesterday at ABSA, where the national team juniors were there with the current national team and the fans and parents and players, and the tournament was officially launched. So come April, Kasarani and Ulinzi Sports Arena, that's where the tournaments will be at. And we are inviting everyone to come on board. Come, let's celebrate the next generation of athletes. To the partners and sponsors, feel free to partner either with TUM, University, Marines, or partner with the national team. For any contacts, it is Marines at all social media platforms, or Kenya Rollball Federation at all social media platforms. Thank you for your time. It's been an honor hosting you. Next time, please come physically. We go and swim in the ocean. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Coach Ogola, a.k.a. Guana. Thank you so much, Trexie. I think I said it right. Thank you very much, Seidu. Thank you very much, team manager, and the entire Technical University of Mombasa Marines rollball team. They are coming to us live next to the ocean. Nimesikia Giwaru. But thank you so much indeed for making time, for sharing your lovely story. As we just heard, Kenya is hosting, of course, the World Cup in April. We appreciate. This is only things you can only find on Sports Extravaganza every Saturday, 4 to 7 p.m. We are taking a very, very, very short break. I'm back with the best gang in sports football analysis commentator. In a bit, don't go away. tukakimbia kidogo, tumeenda Mombasa, tukakuwa na roll ball. Now, of course, we are rolling into football matters, and we definitely am not alone in studio. Wacha nisikae mimi ni mchoyo. I have, of course, some of the greatest minds in football commentary and analysis in Kenya and in East Africa. My very good friend is here, fully dressed like the usual. Do the gang! Michael Barnaby, karibu sana, eh? Umejitayarisha, unavaa leo alafu kesho unavaa ingine.
Let me.
Kesho utaki kuvaa.
Bana, kesho lazima tuvaa hii. Alafu unajua sisi ni wale tunaochianga ball kwa mabati. Tunaacha zetu mtaani tunaenda for the purpose of kupashana. Mtaani huko.
Kwa mabati.
Kwa mabati mahali penye kafani kanafanya hivi.
Na watu wana sweat.
Baya sana.
Well done kabisa. Karibu sana Barnaby. It's good to see you again.
Thank you.
We also have our new recruit, Wesley Kibet, one of the greatest minds in football. Karibu sana Kibet. Naona wewe sasa wewe kwanza ni leo mnacheza na Leicester ama mnacheza nani?
Ni kesho.
Lakini mazesi mko tuna shida. Na mko na kwanza we will be delving much into you. Mmekuwa na protest. 1 za kufuta Ratcliffe. 2 mko na protest ati hamna do za stadium. Buda, ati mlitoa pesa za food, mkapandisha pesa za tickets, mmenyonga mishahara za watu. Na umevaa t-shirt bado?
Ili kwa mind game. Si unaona study na kam. Kuna study nyingine kubwa sana ya 100,000 fans tunajenga. Ili kwa mind game.
Ndio watu
sasa iko
400 billion Kenya shillings equivalent of a stadium.
Walipe watu kwanza.
Hizo ni kasarani 5. Budget ya kasarani 5 if I'm not wrong.
Walipe watu kwanza.
Lipeni watu. Na mlitoa pesa ya lunch.
Na washinde mechi waache hivyo. Sasa mnatutishia na stadiums na hata kupiga Leicester itakuwa ngumu.
Itakuwa kazi.
Hata sikumbuki the last time we lose. We've actually won like 5 games. We haven't lost a game in like in 5 matches.
In Europa League.
At the league.
So Man U is fighting relegation in the English Premier League. They're in the wrong side of the table. But of course, we shall be delving this much deeper a little bit later. But first, let's give precedence, of course, to our East African region. Now, I have on standby, we are, of course, now joined by one of the other greatest minds in football, a top journalist by the name Clive Cheze, a sports producer and editor at Sanyu FM. Cheze, tell us about the preparations for the CHAN competition in Uganda. Cheze.
Yes, good afternoon, Tony, and thank you for having me again on the show. Speaking about the CHAN preparations for Uganda as a country, you could say that at the moment we are in a safe place. As you remember, Uganda only submitted one competition venue, which was the Mandela National Stadium. Even at the time of the postponement of the competition, I must admit that this venue was ready for the competition, together with the annex stadium or the outside pitch, which was supposed to be used as one of the main training grounds of the competition. The only probably bit where Uganda wasn't ready as a country was the other training grounds. One of those training grounds is the Mutesa Stadium in Wankulukuku, which is also used as a home ground in the league for Uganda Premier League reigning champions Sports Club Villa. The other was the Kadiba training ground, a FOFA forward project that also now government is funding to make sure that they are ready. Then you also had a venue in one of the international schools around Kampala, together with the Kyambogo training pitch. Kyambogo is a university here in Kampala. Now all those venues weren't ready in February when the tournament was postponed, but a lot of work has been invested in making sure that those venues are ready. They are yet to be ready, but you feel probably that by the time June comes around, because yes, the tournament is starting in August, but the thing is that all competition venues should be ready by June to allow the tournament organizers do what they have to do with the venues throughout July before the competition gets to start. So you could say that there is a steady progress, especially in making sure that the competition venues are ready. All the other nitty-gritties about the local organizing committee, working with government and working with CAF, I must admit there is a little information or communication are coming through from that end. So you cannot really tell what strides have been taken in terms of promotion, in terms of marketing of this competition and all those other activities. But in terms of competition venues, which everyone wants to see that they are ready, you can say that the competition venues at the moment are ready.
Yeah, Kiaze there, of course, a producer, sports producer, top sports producer and editor at Sanyu FM in Uganda. So Kiaze, don't go away, stick around. Let me just engage my two greatest minds in football. That is, of course, Barnabe and Kibet. Barnabe, of course, you've heard, looks like Uganda were ready like last year. From, of course, what we're hearing from our ears and eyes in Uganda. So do you think, I asked you this question, I think like 3 years ago, Kenya ndo ilala kazini.
There's one thing that Uganda does. When you look at it, there is always no interference between the government, the sports agencies, the federation, the ministry. There's independence. And that is the first thing I'll have to get right. Because sometimes, unapata kuna hela ilikuwa iachiliwe kutengeneza kitu fulani, lakini stories zinaanza kutengenezwa in Kenya. That is the difference. In Uganda, utapata pia, now I'm trying to compare. Look at us. In the past 2 years, how many times have we changed the sports cabinet secretary? You understand?
I forgot the number.
So ukiangalia kwao, there's that consistency. And that is what the problem has been. Na pia sisi tumekuwa na transition katika federation nini. So definitely. But ni kama wale jamaa walijipanga kwanza kitambo because they get what they want in terms of infrastructure. Na pia I think it's been their culture from kitambo. You know, for us we are trying to build, but wao walishajenga so ni kuendelea. That is the difference. I think we have a lot to learn from them.
Indeed. And Kibet, you remember, in fact, you remember Kenya borrowed Uganda's stadiums during our qualifiers. We had to go to Uganda. Yani aibu kubwa. Tunakuanga na derby, but tulienda kucheza Uganda. We borrowed their facility. And imagine even juicy too, our junior starlets, they went and played there. We didn't hear a story that their fields are still, they don't have CAF certification. And right now, they are coming back tomorrow, finally. I understand Nyayo tomorrow will be hosting our junior starlets versus Uganda. So you think Kenya ndio ilikuwa, in your own opinion, uliona ni kama nani alikuwa analala? Tanzania, Uganda, Kenya?
Ni Kenya. Kenya ndio imelala. I think they had valid reasons really because they were renovating the stadiums. Yes. But then it depends on our preparations on such matters. So it means a competition is on the horizon, but us on our side, we are not prepared for it. Because even mentally, the players will be psyched. Because if you're playing somewhere else and you have a home ground, which is not even ready for you to play, itakuharibia psyche pia game.
Indeed.
Yes.
True. Aya, Kieze, that's of course the sports producer for Sanyu FM and presenter and editor as well. Kieze, as a Ugandan sports journalist, Kieze rather, what are your thoughts on Kenya's new head coach for Harambee Stars? That is Benny McCarthy. Kieze, what do you think about our new coach? Are you scared?
Yes, Tony, the appointment of Benny McCarthy is not one that you could say excited Ugandans. I don't know why. It is a story we, the media, have really been forcing on the Ugandan audience, but they have not really picked it up. They have not really embraced it. They have not really paid keen attention to it, probably because you would say they have their own issues to deal with or to think about and stuff like that. Maybe the story will get a bit of excitement if at some stage Uganda gets to play the Harambee Stars in an international friendly or stuff like that. Because of that Manchester United connection, maybe then the hype will be there and stuff like that. But at the moment, it is not a story that has really picked up here. The public or the football enthusiasts here, even the Manchester United fans, have not really picked it up, probably because Benny McCarthy, yes, much as he played for some of the best teams in Europe, but he didn't play for those, you want to say, traditional teams that people used to follow. Manchester United, Arsenal Football Club, Liverpool Football Club. Yes, he came to the Premier League playing for Blackburn and stuff like that. But I would say that he played for the teams that people never used to follow a lot. So probably that is the reason why his name is not that sounding. And maybe those who would probably appreciate him and stuff like that have lost their zeal and passion of following football, especially around the region. They are so much focused on what's happening here and probably what is happening in Europe, but not actually in a neighboring Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, or even South Sudan in the north.
Kiaze, indeed. That's Kiaze, of course, coming to us one-on-one from Uganda. But Nabi, you've heard, Kiaze is looking forward to the next Migingo derby.
But umse ako serious kidogo. He's saying that we are trying to force that story to the readers and listeners. Come on, there is one thing you have to understand. Hawezi kubali wanatishiwa ama no, yeah. But you know, playing, what is heavier, playing for or coaching? Honestly, let's be serious. But anyway, ni sawa tunamuelewa because anaweza sema hivyo alafu mafans wa Man U waanze kusema tu ni mambo mengine. But honestly, I think we have to wait mpaka tukutane. And actually, si lazima angoje because I believe in what they are doing right now.
Yes.
He will definitely announce himself to the world.
Yes.
Kwa hizi games tuko nazo hizi za kina Gabon, I think he will do good and they'll start writing about him without even being asked. That is who we are because hawezi kubali ati neighbor amenunua baiskeli na wewe bado unatembea na mguu highway.
Kiwaruki kondani.
I know man.
Kibet, just look at East Africa right now. Rwanda has Adel Amrouche. These are coaches who've had a taste of Kenyan football, whether nationally or club level. Uganda has Paul Put, who has tasted Kenyan cuisine in terms of football. Tanzania has I think who else? Tanzania has who? Ngoja. Yes, I think another Kenyan as well, another former Kenyan local, either club or national team. This will serve an interesting East African chan coming up.
Yeah. And us as Kenyans, we have full confidence in the new coach, in Benny McCarthy.
Yes.
It actually proven that he's a good coach, having coming in the ranks of Manchester United.
Yes.
And he was actually coaching alongside the greatest minds of Ten Hag.
Yes.
So we're actually hopeful as Kenyan fans, because considering the past few years, we've actually not been it,
yes,
per se, but we have actually also, but we are hopeful. So coming up next, a very next game between the Kenyan side and the East African side, itakuwa noma.
But again, we have to be proud as Kenyans because
if you can pull such a coach.
No, tumewagawia bro. I mean, we are the ones serving them. Sisi ndio tunapatia hawa majirani zetu. You know, they have to understand na watuheshimu kwamba yule yako Rwanda ni sisi tuliwapatia. Sisi ndio tumegawa. Ni kama tu Chelsea, unanielewa? So hata wakikuja watushinde, sisi ndio tumefanya nini? Ndio tumewapatia hiyo nafasi and tumemkuza hapa kina Amrouche wote tumewaona hapa. So wasiseme eti they have good or you know, okay, this is on a lighter note. Wasema eti wako na coach wakali ama wabaya. Tulikuwa nao before wapate.
Na pengine sisi tukishatumia Benny McCarthy tumalize.
Tutawapatia. So we are the best.
Indeed, true. Kiaze, finally, Kiaze, if you can hear me or find me loud and clear, Kiaze from Tanzania, rather Uganda. Kiaze is a sports producer at Sanyu FM in Uganda. Tell us about the Uganda Premier League and how it is performing. Because I'm looking at Uganda Vipers, NEC, Bull, URA, Kitara. Kiaze, tell us more about your Premier League.
Yes, looking at the Uganda Premier League at the moment, we just got done with match day 20 of the Uganda Premier League. And by the look of things, it is becoming a two-horse race between Vipers Sports Club and NEC Football Club. NEC Football Club are playing in their second season in the Uganda Premier League. They got promoted last season. This is their second season. And looks like those two are actually in their own competition to see who will be crowned a champion come the 16th of May. But much as the difference between the two teams with 10 games to go is just 5 points. You want to say that Vipers are outright favorites to win the Uganda Premier League again. These guys have not lost a league game since losing their opening game of the season. That was against the same team that is breathing down their neck, that is NEC Football Club, a 3-1 at the MTN Omondi Stadium in Lugogo. Ever since then, Vipers are only drawing or winning games. As we speak at the moment, just last night, they were able to defeat Wakiso Giants, one of the teams that is struggling to survive relegation, 1-0 at their home ground in Chitende, which is St. Mary Stadium. And that was their 9th straight win of the season. They have gone a couple of games, but this run is now 9 straight games without losing a game or without drawing a game. And that win yesterday was their 8th straight consecutive clean sheet of the season. They have a Congolese goalkeeper in Alfred Amudekereza, who has now kept 8 straight clean sheets in the Uganda Premier League so far. So you could say that they are runaway champions. All the other title contenders when the season is just starting, KCCA Football Club, all these others, Bull Football Club and all that, you feel that they will just probably be fighting for positions here and there because they are struggling to really catch up with the Vipers Sports Club and NEC Football Club. Of course, Alan Okello has scored 14 goals, if I'm not mistaken, in the league so far. And this is a midfielder we are talking about. He has outrightly been the best player from the league, from the time the league started up to date. If you're looking for players who have been consistent throughout the season, Alan Okello is leaps and shoulders above anyone else in the Uganda Premier League. And you feel that if he does continue playing the way he is playing consistently with that kind of form, it will be very hard to stop him, just like it is going to be very hard to stop Vipers Sports Club.
Thank you very much. Kiaze coming to us one-on-one from Uganda. Kiaze is, of course, a producer and a top producer, actually, a sports producer and editor at Sanyu FM in Uganda. And just as we clearly heard, just given us, I'm just trying to compare the two leagues, Barnabe and Kibet. So he has told us match day 20, Vipers Sports Club have 46 points. Match day 20, 46 points. Now in Kenya, match day 24, Tusker has, our top team has 44 points. That tells you just the level of the leagues, how they are, in my own opinion.
I think numbers don't lie, Tony. They don't lie. There's competition up at home. And actually, a few years back, we had the Gor Mahia and the FC. But right now, we have the likes of Police, we have Tusker. They are back, you know, and that is what we are enjoying right now. Because there's actually 14 points between the first and Bull, which is the third in the
Bull,
Ugandan
NEC has 41 points, Bull has 32 points.
Yeah, so you see, it's something that kidogo ni kama farasi wawili wanapambana, though we cannot say
Liverpool and Arsenal.
Nini achana Arsenal. Sasa Arsenal ni farasi. Arsenal ni punda ile. Shachoka hiyo.
Punda in the words of Ogwambo. So actually the league, as you can see here, Vipers 46, NEC 41, Bull 32, URA 30, Kitara FC 28, KCCA FC 28, Express FC 28 in Uganda League, Maroons FC 27, Sports Club Villa 24, UPDF, team ya President 24.
Yeah, anashinda.
Yako tu sawa.
Hai.
Yako tu sawa.
Hakuna adio.
Hata kitafutwa na mtu nilimwona mahali na karibu mtu anakuja amohag.
Hapana.
President ako sawa.
Hakuna stories za timu ya ofisi. Ni upigwe.
Yeah, so that's how basically so it looks like the league, as you've clearly put it, EPL ni one horse race. Sasa Uganda ni two horse race.
Two horse.
Kenya ni like there are like six horses.
Yeah, exactly. 6 horses, yep.
Tusker 44, Police 42.
Yes.
Gor Mahia 39, KCB 36, Leopards 35, Sofapaka 33, Shabana 33, Kakamega Homeboys 33, Bandari 33, Ulinzi 28.
Unasema mpaka batoto ba Mungu wako kwenye
Police have actually won against
Police wameshinda.
Yes.
So which means they move.
Piga mtu.
So saa hii wameruka mtu.
Kabla Tusker icheze
game
already.
Yes.
Yeah, that is how, of course, how our league looks like so far in the currently as we speak. Then the Tanzanian Premier League. Unajua lazima tuongee na mandugu zetu. My producer Stanley alikuwa anatafuta ndugu yetu wa Tanzania, lakini tuwapata tu hivyo. Watu wangu wa Tanzania msiogope. Ile mechi ya dabi kubwa ambayo tulikuwa tunaitarajia. Tulienda Tanzania. Tunataka kuwatch Simba. Tulikuwa tunataka kuwatch timu kubwa kule, lakini game ikaahirishwa. Lakini now this is an interesting league.
Yeah, it is.
Young Africans 58,
it
Simba 57, Azam 48. Anything can happen. Of course, I know those are like 10-9 points. Singida, Tabora. Remember, of course, we have donated also some of our coaches
and players. Yeah.
Kina Simba the Lion wako huko chini.
Yes, wako kule.
JK Tanzania, Singida Big Stars, Dodoma Jiji, Coastal Union, Mashujaa. That's of course how the table in the Tanzanian Premier League looks like. Yes.
But pia we also need competition bana. Young Africans every time na Simba. Azam imekuwa, yes, they've been there. But at least kina Singida we can see them coming. Tunataka ni kama hawananga Police FC huko ama iko nini, because Uganda wako nayo, si tuko nayo. But look at them, it is at least iko competitive. And I think pia kitu ambayo inawasaidia ni hiyo limelight ambayo wanapata because they wako vizuri. Wachezaji wetu pia unaona wanakimbia kule. Looks like kuna hela kidogo ambazo pia zinawasaidia pia kurun hiyo league. But ours remains the best. I think ni vile tu tuko tu na vitu kidogo ambazo zinatusumbua, but we can get it. Isipokuwa if you are not careful, Tanzania itasonga sana mbele yetu because investors wanaingia sana Tanzania kuliko Kenya na Uganda. So when investors are coming, when clubs, football ikikuwa privatized, inakuwa ni ya watu kibinafsi, inakuwa. Yes. That is what the EPL did. That I can come in your club and invest. And that's what they are doing. Na ndio maana unaona wanatupita. Watakuwa vizuri tu.
Indeed. Kibet, unaona vipi? Ligi yao inakaa. Tanzania tumewapatia players. Tanzania both men and women. Coaches tumewapatia both men and women. Ni venye tu wametushinda stadiums.
Stadiums wametushinda. Hiyo na nakubali. I think there was a game between ilikuwa ni Simba, hiyo derby yao.
Simba
wanajaa stadiums. They are very passionate about football. Yeah. But even us again, I think you are trying because I think the best fans at the moment is Shabana FC fans and Muranga Seals fans. They are always passionate. They are always tweeting on social media. They are very active on social media platforms. So I think the fan base again is what builds the league.
Lakini wacha nikwambie, mimi unajua kuna kitu ambayo watu pia watambue. Ile fan base ambayo ni true na ni real Tanzania ni ya clubs mbili zikikutana ama moja ikicheza. Yanga na Simba. Tusidanganyane. Hata sisi hapa hii saa hii tunavyoongea, what crisis do we have? Tuko na crisis ya kwamba hakuna mahali pa kuhost dabi yetu ya mashemeji. It's because of fans. Sio ati nini ingine ndugu yangu. So pia wasiseme ati wako juu ati mashabiki wanatokea. No, nenda Dandora Stadium wakati FC nacheza. Isukuti napigwa hapo mpaka usiku. You know, so tusiseme pia ati hata wao wakuje waangalie. Nafikiri hatutishiwi sana. So, ukienda upate Singida inacheza, utapata watu kwa terraces 5, 7, 10 fresh kama sisi tu. Hata sisi saa hii Tusker inapiga na Ulinzi, unapata ni wale watu wao wenye wako na familia wachezaji kule ndo wanaenda kutazama. So sio tofauti sana. Lakini zile timu kubwa zikicheza, bro, mpaka shabiki wa City Stars ataenda tu kuona ya gol. Those ni wengi.
We're joining us, Michael Barnabe, one of our sports top analysts in Kenya, Wesley Kibet as well. Tony Kwalanda here. This is Sports Extravaganza. It is almost on the hour mark, 6 p.m. Kenyan time. Thank you for staying with us all the way from 4 p.m. We've been discussing, of course, engaging our East African counterparts, telling us how things are, both, of course, on the international level. That's like the African Nations Championship and also their local leagues, domestic leagues, how they are. We had it from Kiaze, my good friend in Uganda. We want to, if my director can tell me, I think we need to be taking a break before anything else. However, very important games are about to kick off, or they're about to kick off. Everton versus West Ham, Southampton versus Wolves, Ipswich Town versus Nottingham, Man City versus Brighton, and then, of course, Bournemouth, Brentford, and there's a late kick. I'll be back to put Wesley Kibet on the spot with his team, Manchester United. Don't go away.
Subscribe to the Smarter Bundle today. Dial *544# or visit My Airtel app. Airtel Smarter Bundle. Browse, chat, call. Airtel Money. Airtel. A reason to imagine.
Download GOtv app and enjoy the variety of sports anytime, anywhere. GOtv app, at the heart of the game.
Let's give a very warm, hot seat welcome to the star of the night. You are a true testimony that nothing is impossible.
Welcome back. Nilikuwa nimetoka kunyorosha miguu na kuosha uso. Sports Extravaganza live here. Tony Kwalanda. I'm joined by, of course, some of the greatest top minds in sports commentary and analysis. That is Michael Barnabe. Amevaa kama Nduthi Gang. Chelsea aka EPL. Alafu tuko na wale ile timu imesota EPL. wale wamesota wanitoanga Manchester United wameishiwa ati wanataka kuunda stadium ya 400 billion and they cannot afford lunch for their staff and they have increased their ticket sales ati wanaunda stadium unless ni stadium ya AI. Wesley Kibeta in the house as well. Leo hana bahati ako na 2 Chelsea votes against 1 Man U vote. No masana. Welcome. Remember you can be part of this particular show live. We want you to call us. We want you to WhatsApp us via voice note, or you can call us via WhatsApp live with the video. Yaani tupigie WhatsApp na video. Usiogope, ongea na sisi. You just never know who's watching and who might actually get in touch with you. Nyuma nakataa baraka na nawapatia baraka. Watu wangu wa Kakamega shauri yenu. You can WhatsApp us of course, and our question is very simple. We are asking you, what are your thoughts about the Super Sunday English Premier League game between Arsenal FC versus Chelsea FC at the Emirates Stadium tomorrow? What are your thoughts? Nangoja hiyo picha ikuje. What are your thoughts about that game? A big game that will be happening tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Kenyan time. Question of the day. What are your thoughts about Arsenal versus Chelsea? Enda kwenye WhatsApp, tupigie na video call ya WhatsApp 0793267279. You can call us on the usual landline 0795045864. WhatsApp call is free. Ukituflash tunakuflash back na tunakutumia maemoji mbaya mbaya. Of course, go to WhatsApp tuongea na sisi. Wewe ni mtu yetu, hatutakuogopa. Tungetukua na conversation 6 minutes after 6 p.m. Kenyan time. Niko na Barnabe na niko na Kibet. Sasa of course game so far zimecheza 6 minutes, zote ni 0-0. Man City 0 versus Brighton. Hiyo ndio game moto. Ipswich 0-0, Nottingham 0, Southampton 0, Wolves 0, Everton 0, West Ham 0. Wacha tu nikimbie kidogo huko. Wacha nikimbie tu mbio before tuingie kwa mambo ya Man U na kununua stadium. 36 minutes. Borussia anaongea juu ya Borussia, hiyo ni Dortmund, hiyo ma Germany. Borussia Mönchengladbach 2, Werder Bremen 0. Haya, ile kubwa game ya leo moto 36 minutes. Union Berlin 0, Bayern München 0. Mainz 1, Sports Club Freiburg 0. 36 minutes played. 36 minutes played. Augsburg 0, Wolfsburg 0. The late kickoff, a game that I'll be definitely watching, is RB Leipzig versus Dortmund, 8:30 p.m. Kenyan time. Game moto kama pasi yangu ile ya home, ile tunatumianga makana ni chuma, inakuanga na kijogoo fulani cha kupindua hapo. Udinese versus Verona 0-0 47 minutes. Monza versus Parma 0-0. Late kickoff, not late kickoff actually. AC Milan later on at 8 p.m. Then Torino versus Empoli is the late kick-off. La Liga, najua watu wengi wanauliza hii La Liga inaanza saa ngapi? La Liga is kicking off at 6 p.m., 6:15 p.m. Today East African time, Mallorca versus Espanyol. Then a big one, Villarreal versus Real Madrid, wenye waliibia Atletico Madrid. Hiyo nitauliza hawa wangwana, ile ilikuwa ni double touch ama ile ilikuwa tu ni double chance ya watu wa VAR. Then usiku kabisa Girona versus Valencia. And then of course, yeah, that's how things will be so far. Now, sasa sijui nataka tuende aje, but kulikuwa na story fulani hapa ya Patrice Motsepe. So my apologies, let me take that back. Dr. Patrice Motsepe was re-elected earlier this week in a meeting. Na kwanga zile mkutano za General Assembly meeting ya Confederation of African Football in Egypt. And so he was re-elected unopposed, Dr. Patrice Motsepe, as the president of the Confederation of African Football. Sijui kama director uko na hizo picha, ningependa kuona juu nilikuwa huko, lakini nilikuwa kwa pyramids nikiota jua. Yendo hizo. Asante Inonda. So, and of course our president, FKF, Football Kenya Federation, was amongst the delegates here. I also saw the vice president, our good friend, I'm speaking on behalf of all us, McDonald Mariga, the vice president of FKF, and also the CEO of FKF, Harold Ndege, walikuwa kwa hii mkutano huko. So let me engage kina Barnabe and Kibet. Do you think, of course, Motsepe is healthy for African football, looking at the relationship? But, and of course, Kibet, remember, Pia, Dr. Motsepe really insisted on East Africa hosting CHAN and also Africa Cup of Nations 2027.
Yeah, I think he's fit, considering he was elected and opposed. Of course, factors were considered prior to re-election.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think ako fit, ako well knowledgeable na football za Africa. So I think he's very well versed with the position. So yeah.
Indeed. And Barnabe, niliona huko FIFA President Gianni Infantino alikuwa hapa pamoja. So this was a very powerful statement. Pia Gianni Infantino niliona akisalimia FKF chairman Hussein Mohamed. Nikajua hapo tuko na matunda inaweza tokea kwa hiyo handshake ya Infantino. Na najua unacheka sababu nakumbuka Sepp Blatter.
I know. But we actually thank, we should be grateful because FIFA imekuwa mstari wa mbele sana kusupport Kenya.
Yes.
Remember we had scandals. Very many scandals. Many of them hatuwezi mention hapa. We got banned. And it is time for the new president of football to bring back the lost glory. And so he has to make sure that in such settings, anatekio opportunity to, put in a word to these leaders. So that at least anaweza pia kuelezea, what he's planning and what have you. And believe you me, kumekuwa na a lot of things going on supported and sponsored by FIFA itself. Tumekuwa na tournaments za kinadada, mashinani za shule. Kuna mpira ililetwa around the country supporting football. So it is things, these are some of the projects that we've never seen anywhere else. I think in Eastern Central, maybe I think it's Kenya and Rwanda ambao tuliweza kupata such opportunities. So we have also to rudisha mkono and thank them.
Yeah.
For Motsepe, I think first of all, his personality. We can even anza kwenye anatoka in South Africa. He won a lot of individual awards ambazo zilikuwa international. And hizo vitu zinakuonesha what you are. And it's not about knowing football. No. Kukua pale, it's not about knowing football. Of course, it applies, but your managerial skills, your personality as a leader, what do you give out to the rest of, because you are leading a federation. I mean, you are leading a continent ambayo iko na affiliates. So his personality, of course, Tiasa hucheza pale tu ni mtu asidanganye. Mambo ya unopposed ndio
inacheza pia bwana.
So it's not a surprise that but pia inakuonesha if no one came na akasema no na akasapotiwa, that means, but he has done a good job so far. I think amekuwa influence kubwa sana. Angalia what Morocco is having right now. Angalia vile Egypt wamesonga, ameweka pressure pia kwa Kenya, a positive pressure. Sasa tumeanza ku build our stadiums. I think in his tenure anaweza sema I did this. I went to Uganda, stadiums iko ready. I brought the CHAN in East Africa. I think for me, na feel we deserve kumrudishia mkono, and that's why unaona Bwana Hussein ana smile akiwa na yeye because ametusaidia sana.
Very true. And of course, during that particular meeting in Egypt, there was something controversial that now Samuel Eto'o was elected unopposed as the Central Africa's representative in the Confederation of African Football Executive Committee. However, earlier on, he had been barred by CAF from running, but he appealed and successfully, of course, got in there. So let's listen into why exactly there were issues about Samuel Eto'o's unopposed election into the Executive Committee. And this, of course, what Dr. Patrice Motsepe spoke about the event and also about Samuel Eto'o.
There's a revolution taking place in African football, and we are honored and privileged to be part of that revolution. And part of the revolution is in the results. Is Morocco in the semi-finals of the World Cup with all of the nations in the world? Is the AFCON in Cote d'Ivoire being watched by 180 nations? It has never happened. I'm very proud of Samuel Eto'o. I'm very proud of Samuel Eto'o. Have been proud of him for many, many years and will continue to be proud of him. The problem has been, if you were present at the funeral of former President Hayatou, I made an announcement that the football, the feedback I was given, football in Cameroon is divided. So we need them to unite. But we've got to be careful that whatever may have happened with Eto'o in the past, that is a past. It shouldn't be held against him. You know, I was told that there was a tax matter. Yeah, but so it was a tax matter. It was dealt with in court, and the decision has been taken that he should be available as a candidate. And I think he's got a contribution to make. And I really, I'm not just supportive, I'm very proud of him.
That is Dr. Patrice Motsepe speaking proudly about, I mean, we are looking at Samuel Eto'o, and I'm speaking as in Eto'o, the 4-time African Footballer of the Year, 4-time. Definitely now at least he is making strides into becoming into the control, into those very important boardrooms in the Confederation of African Football. So congratulations to him, unopposed Central Africa's representative in the CAF Exco, as they call it. So mambo iko sawa kabisa, hata sisi pande yetu nyumbani mambo iko gangari. Yes, unless Kibet, there is something that maybe you picked from these particular elections that are of interest to you.
Nothing really.
Yeah.
I just wish the best.
To the president.
To the president.
Yep. And I'm happy, of course, as you can see, the likes of McDonald Mariga. If you see now the kind of players who are taking up very important positions in football, it gives hope now. Footballers, start planning mapema. Usitegemee football peke yake. Start planning your exit in terms of where you'll be after that. We like the likes of kina James Situma, currently now taking about the welfare of sports in the country. Wanasaidia sana. Yeah. Sasa wacha tu tukimbie kidogo kwa before tukimbie the FIFA Club World Cup Trophy Tour. Now this trophy, najua tuko na hizo picha, made its tour earlier this week. It made its stop in New Zealand. It's a very important trophy. Barnaba atakwambia timu kubwa kama kina Chelsea ko ndani, sijui Man U mko wapi, bet wako tu hapa tu wanakaa. So I know we have those pictures about the FIFA Club World Cup Trophy in New Zealand, and it was received in a very traditional way. Yani, and it was given that heroic, I don't know how to call it, that high-level, heroic, sort of traditional welcome of a very important trophy. And the only team that was given a very up-close and candid touch to this particular trophy are the national champions in New Zealand, that is Auckland City Football Club, were able to have that up-close. Barnabe, Chelsea tuko na matumaini.
Tony kwanza ni kama mtu ambaye ana kamera hiyo anaweza kuzoom. Azoom vizuri ndio Kibet aone. Unajua they've never, you know, so but there kulikuwa na questions, and actually people have been asking why was Chelsea selected, or even why is Chelsea in the next tournament. Na tunajua wako qualify ama watu walikuwa wanajiuliza sana.
Yes.
Remember watu wasome kuhusiana na how clubs are selected. Mbona si Gor Mahia, mbona Gor yezi enda kwa Club World Cup. It is something ambayo, by the way, if you're not keen, you can never know how the selection is done. But anyway, talking of the trophy and the tour, it is so important that people, people get to understand. It is a way of marketing, of course, and also educating people about what it is. A Club World Cup, watu hawaichukuli na uzito ule unafaa. But I'm telling you, as long as the word world cup is there, the winner is mighty, ni mighty, you understand? Anawai, na kuna pesa mzuri pia pale. Although I think, and I honestly feel, it should be given ile heshima ambayo inafaa kupatiwa, because inachezangwa as a by the way, and which is not the right way. I think tunafaa kugawa. World Cup ipigwe baada ya miaka 2, Club World Cup pia ipigwe. Ligi zote zisimame. Ligi zote zisimame, tuone kina nani wakienda kungangana. And it is also a platform, before I finish, it is also a good opportunity, yes, for the small clubs to meet the mighty. Understand? For example, you have game ya Al Ahly versus Chelsea. Bwana, watu wa hiyo country bwana watafurahia aje. Unasikia kidogo ati Tusker wameenda kupigana na Man City in Club World Cup. So it is also another platform ya kukutanisha hizi teams. Ni kama hivi saa hii tukiqualify for World Cup alafu tukutanishwa na Brazil.
Ndio utajua ujui.
But it is a chance. Vile haiwezekani.
It's a good way.
Maybe haiwezekani but
itakuja. One of these, maybe not in a lifetime.
Harambee Stars versus
Brazil.
Hey.
Watoto wa Neymar watakuwa wanacheza hiyo game.
But tumepatana nao in Club World Cup ya madem. Na feel maybe si kitu kubwa, lakini for the men that's where we draw the line.
Hapo ndo kuna meno. Kibet, of course, the FIFA Club World Cup is one of the football's most prestigious and designed by Tiffany and Company. The trophy features 24-karat gold plated finish with intricate engravings of the world map, the names of all the 211 FIFA member associations, including FKF, and inscriptions in multiple languages, including Braille, for those who can see. So Auckland, of course, is one of the final international stops before the tournament kicks off. That's in New Zealand. Tournament kicks off in June. So with the trophy taking to 29 cities in 20 countries and across 140 days. That tour, of course, was huge. So now the trophy, of course, finishing up the tour in Auckland, now heads back to the United States before the final build-up. Kibet.
Tu anauliza kwa nini World Cup ya wanaume inakuja Kenya na hii haijakuja.
Hivyo ndo kunaendaga hivyo. Itakuja. But of course, I understand the UEFA Champions League trophy will be in Kenya early May. UEFA Champions League trophy will be in Kenya. Man U wako Europa, Chelsea sisi tuko Conference League. Sasa watu wa Arsenal sasa nyinyi ndio mnaweza piga nduru.
Bana, tuache kudanganyana. Hata wao wenyewe wataiogopa. I think that's the first time, and I employed all Arsenal fans wakuje tuwapeleke, tuwasaidie kuenda, because wataogopa.
Hawako sure.
But people need to understand that these are not the real trophies. Hizi zenye zinapiga tour
zinaweza ibiwa bwana. Watu ni wakora hii dunia.
Sasa hizo details zenye wewe umesoma ni za ile yenye iko kwa kabati.
Iko imefichwa kwa vault.
Huwezi hata jua iko wapi. Hizi ni replicas zenye tu zinakuja with the same, of course, shape and details. But ile hata ukipita nayo
ni sawa tu. Watameza mate watoe ingine. They will create another one.
Exactly.
Barnabe asikudiscourage ukikosa kuja kuona Champions League trophy yenye nakuja Kenya in May.
Tawachoma macho.
But of course, that's the tours. I remember in 2010, if I can't, I had that exclusive, rare privilege chance to be next to the World Cup trophy. Hata kama Barnabe atasema ilikuwa fake. Pale Upper Hill, in one of those multinational companies, I had the chance. I remember I covered, trophy ilikuwa hapa, mimi nilikuwa hapa. The only person who alishika ni the late president Mwai Kibaki. Agwamba alijaribu kushika akapigwa mkono. Peleka huko handshake yako huko. I go with my friend. But of course, I'm just telling you how significant these trophies are and the kind of interactions we've had with them. Kibet washaikuwa karibu na trophy. Ilikuwa free, ulikuwa na line up tu, unaenda unapiga picha na niko na hiyo picha mpaka saa hii. Kibet ana
sijaikuwa karibu na.
Sasa ona watu wa Man U.
Ati wana support.
Na ana support.
Na support team na hata
acha Europa ikuje. Yes, sana nitakuwa.
Unataka kwenda kuona Europa.
Yeah, Europa.
Isikuje hii Kenya.
Isikuje Kenya.
Isikuje.
Mwende muone Europa huko Tanzania.
Kaone huko. Kaone huko ba.
This is Sports Extravaganza. Let's bring in Manchester United protests. So earlier this week, Manchester United held protests. They walked from Manchester itself, wakienda kwa stadium yao, Manchester United, that's Old Trafford. And they were protesting against the minority owner, Jim Ratcliffe. Jim Ratcliffe amekuja kama accountant ule mbaya. Lunch ya wafanyikazi, mwende mnunue kwa kibanda wenyewe. Tickets zimepanda. Players, he spoke about players and said some players play lousy football and they earn too much. So salary cuts are incoming. We inaonda hata kama we ni mtu ya Man U unataka kuplay cuts zangu, nipatie cuts za Man U protest bwana. So trust me, if you're seeing delays in the videos, just know my director Inonda is a Manchester United fan and he is not willing to press that button to give us the funds. But of course, Kibet, there are those protests. Mnataka Ratcliffe out. Glazer mlichoka na yeye. Shida yenu ni nini? Amuchezi.
Me think Jim had his reasons to put his house in order. Ukienda place unapata extravagant expenses, you just have to cut that ones. Especially players earning too much and playing less makes sense really, because even the outgoings will be more. Ukipata player chezi vizuri, alafu umpe conditions zile tough. If you don't play well, I won't pay you good money. You just go. So I think those conditions will up the standards of Manchester, and I even see Jim went to was it interview with, or was it I don't know who, but he was able to explain what he did, what were the reasons behind him coming up with that condition.
But he's coming up with those conditions, and of course that will lead us to the next one. And yet the next day, they have released information that they want to build a stadium worth over half a trillion shillings. That's 500 billion Kenya shillings, 100,000 seater capacity stadium. So they want to toa hiyo kitu ile Stratford, hiyo masanamu za kina sijui nani zote zingolewe na mnanyang'anya watu lunch ya 100.
No, and it's not going to affect the current expenditure. Because you see, I think it's running for like 5 years really, and kutakuwa na donations, of course, kuna partners, kuna brand ambassadors hapo. So I think it will affect the current expenditure. Yeah. It was actually like an implementation that the stadium is coming. It's only that they're now working on pooling funds so they can build. So it is not going to affect anything at the moment. Yeah.
What?
Niko delusional mbona umenyamaza?
Na pia Barnabe ukiongea pia inaona tunaomba hizo picha pia za hii story ni gani ya new stadium. Tupate hizo picha Katawezi Barnabe.
Inakaa tu ya hiyo stadium. Maikai real. Hiyo stadium Maikai. But
give us 5 years.
My question is, you know, for these clubs, also wanakuanga very professional that anything that comes on media kwa kuripotiwa, hiyo kitu iko serious. I am asking this. When we are talking about players' wages, kabla muende ku-discuss, mulienda private ka-discuss. Yes. You agreed on how much this player that we are signing will be paid. So when you want again to slash, you have again to go back privately, discuss, tell him that, you know what, your game imeenda chini, your level, nini, we want to. Why did they have to, you know, come kwa media, waseme tunapeana pay cut? You know, there was, and I think there is just a campaign ambayo inaendelea upande wa Man U, and some wrangles, you know, even inafika mpaka anaenda kwa interview, you know, it's something ambayo lazima watu wakuwe keen nayo. Man United has been so private that tumeona tu success. Hatujajua whatever is happening. And remember, Tony, it started with Cristiano Ronaldo. Yeye ndiye alianzisha. And now mimi naona dots zina connect that Cristiano Ronaldo was not alone in whatever he was saying about Man United having poor, you know, I don't know, equipments, na sijui gym, sijui nini, you know, old equipments. So there is something behind this. Na hizi ni cards ambazo wanatumia. But kusema ukweli, I know kuna players ambao wanacheza na hafai kulipwa hiyo pesa yote. Mtu kama Kobe, mtu kama Kobe analipwa 50, alafu kuna mtu kama Bruno anapewa 375. Okay, sawa Bruno poa, lakini bro, sasa nikuulize tuweke chini Bruno. Nani analipwa 350? Huyu mtu anaita Casemiro. What for? Kobe ndo kina Garnacho analipwa sijui 75. 75 naoni kijana anawapigia mabao ya in and year out na ni mdogo ako na future. Why don't you do nini? Bwana wacheni kutuseti. Man United is just I think confused kidogo, inahitaji tu kuwa in order. The same way, but sasa utafanya nini? Hata mashabiki wao wenyewe wako confused. They are not, kiburi iliisha. Sasa ni kwenda wamejificha. Huyu jamaa akiingia kwa hii hapa kwa station alikuwa amevaa jacket. Hakuwa anataka.
Kuna jua imewaka huko.
Inawaka. Hakuwa anataka aonekane yeye ni wa Man United. And that is the problem. Mpaka tunamwambia bro, acha nikwambie hiyo station hauingii kama uko na hii jacket. Lazima utoe watu waone.
Sports Extravaganza, Michael Barnabe, Wesley Kibet, our sports analyst today. We want to take a very, very, very short break. And of course, my producer will be coming back with those particular images of protest, plus the stadium, plus some of the communication, how much fans are fed up with Ratcliffe and the Glazers after this very short break.
At the heart of the game.
Welcome back, we are live. This is Sports Extravaganza. Huyu jamaa wangu wa iVibes anaitwa kama my director Emmanuel Inonda, ameanza marege time mapema pale ndani kwenye gallery ni makindukulu. Zinawashwa. This is Sports Live here on TV47. Remember also, as this show runs concurrently, we have of course Mikiki as Sports on Radio 47, where of course Lucky Hariano, Kauleni, Arocho wanapiga shughuli huko kina pamoja na kina Shataboy. So issues zina run concurrently. So kama una miss shughuli, unaweka radio hapa, alafu unawasha TV. Unasikia uhondo yote mara moja. Siko peke yangu, niko na Michael Barnabe pamoja na Wesley Kibet. Tunapiga shughuli yetu ya 2-3. Najua Inonda na Boniface Kimanzi na Stanley Nyaringita wanashughulikia hizo video za protest. But najua Emmanuel Inonda mwenye ni Man U fan na ni director amekanyagia hizo picha. Amekanyagia. Venye amekanyagiwa kwa second page ya English Premier League. Utajitetea ukiwa wapi? Leo utajificha wapi Kibet? Leo tuko na wewe hapa bumper to bumper. But just speaking about EPL, Manchester City versus Brighton 1-1, 34 minutes. Ipswich versus Nottingham Forest 33 minutes 0-0. Everton West Ham 34 minutes 0-0. 33 minutes Southampton versus Wolves. Wolves 1, Southampton 0. Tukikimbia kwenye La Liga mbio tu, hapa Mallorca versus Espanyol 0. Real Madrid inaanza saa 2:30. Bundesliga, Mönchengladbach 2, Werder Bremen 2. Union Berlin 0, Bayern Munich 0, 47 minutes. Mainz, red card 1, Freiburg 0, half time. Augsburg 0, Wolfsburg 0, 47 minutes. Ya usiku Leipzig versus Dortmund. Game kubwa kama mimi mwenyewe. Udinese 0, Verona 1, hiyo ni Serie A ya Italy, 75 minutes. Monza 1, Parma, timu yake ya kitambo ya McDonald Mariga 0, 77 minutes. AC Milan ni ya usiku na timu ya Cesc Fabregas Como itakuwa inaanza saa 2 PM. Then Torino let kick off versus Empoli. Hiyo nawagusia tu 2-3 zenye shughuli inaenda. Tulikuwa tunaenda tu kwa stadium. But of course we also should be discussing about tomorrow's possibility of my good friend Mildred Cheche na timu yake ya Junior Starlets. Kesho wako na 2 goal aggregate, tunapia taguzia. But English Premier League so far, shughuli inapigiwa hapa. My good friend. Hey. Stadium. Wacha tuwafungulie tu table penye muko. Usiseme hatuna statistics. Wesley Kibet, timu yako ya Manchester United iko number 15 with 34 points.
With a game in
relegation zone iko hapo kwa, so Wolves wako nyuma yenu na wako na 26 points. Ipswich wako na 18. So Ipswich akishinda game zao zote, nyinyi mlose zenyu zote, mnajua mko relegation zone. Mimi naongea tu kama fan wa Chelsea.
Okay, so we have a game in hand. Tukiwin kesho
tunabeba na nini?
Okay, but I agree with you. I agree with you on Mike. We have had a really poor season. We've had a really poor season, and considering you determine a poor season once you sack a coach, because inamaanisha amkukuja prepared. The coach you had initially was you did have hope in him. Yes. So we are actually very hopeful that Ruben Amorim atabadilisha vitu, lakini ni kubaya, lakini hopefully next season. We actually had positive this season. We played well against Liverpool, we played well against Arsenal in the league and the FA Cup. We've actually played well in the Europa League. We've had some few positives hapa na pale, so we're actually riding on those positives for a better season. So I know relegation hatuendi. Hatuwezi enda relegation because ukiangalia mwenye ako namba 17 na namba 16 hapo hatuendi.
Kama sema tu amuendi
kama endi anacheza. Wale wanacheza wanajua.
But nabesikia there's a source from the UK and says that Sir Jim Ratcliffe has indicated that he will walk away from Manchester United if he gets as much trouble and protests and demonstrations as Glazers did.
Kwanza, that is good news to Manchester United fans who are protesting. Yeah, I think that's what they want. You know, the good thing with these football clubs is inatokanga kukuaya the owner or the owner's business, yes, to the people, and that is where the beauty is. Unlike maybe us in Kenya, haraka, us in Kenya where it is my business and hakuna kitu unaweza niambia. Okay. People pale watakuforce utoke nje even if you are a shareholder or you are the owner, because that is their pride. If they decide not to come to watch your game kwa stadium yako, unaenda bankrupt na timu inafungwa. You understand? So wao stakeholders wakubwa and they have to be heard, and I think he just don't have to succumb to the pressure. Akae tu organize, askize watu, what are the fans saying? What do they want? Of course, probably he has the vision of the club, but again, you cannot go against millions of people. Thousands in UK and millions ambao pia wao wenyewe hawajielewi wenyewe, like sasa Man United fans. I'm not trying to nini, sijataja watu. Point fingers. Hao wenyewe. So if in UK Man United fans hawajielewi, yani how about the rest of the world? So he has to hear them out. He has to understand what they want. Otherwise ukikuja ulete vitu zako, vitu ta nini, sasa ikifikia mahali hawaendi game. Au Bruno atafunga akibuiwa.
And I was just looking at what is happening to Sir Alex Ferguson. 12 years on, yani Sir Alex Ferguson nilimwona, he is now watching horse racing. He has a horse, so alienda mahali, yani ameboeka na game za Man U. Okay, hizi boeka, I'm just saying. Like why is Sir Alex Ferguson watching horse racing? Of course, he owns a race and it won that last week, this past week. And I want to be involved in the running of this club. I bet.
I think that statement from Jim was actually, he was actually trying to prove a point. Alikuwa anasema, if I don't perform, niache tu niende. I think in a point pia, you just have to come out clear that, ile pressure you're mounting on Glazers, and if it happens to me by then, I'll just have to go. Because I think Jim actually wants Man U to succeed. With the implementations, whatever he's doing, he just wants to succeed. Because even me, if I was the owner of Man U, the best I wish for my club is success. So Jim anajaribu to prove a point that indeed he wants best for the club.
Tony, if you allow me, there is things we have to differentiate.
Yes.
What does success mean to the owners and what does success mean to the fans? Lazima aelewe hizi vitu na azitofautishe.
Yes.
You cannot tell me that having the best stadium in UK is your success. Bro, na tunapigwa.
I didn't say that.
No, me as a fan, bro, let me tell you. For us, Chelsea, unajua ni walipa kodi pale London. You know that. We pay rent.
Yeah.
But we don't care. We lipa tu rent, but we want to see the Drogba's back. We want to see us winning trophies, you know. Hata kama ni stadium ya watu 9, it's okay. But we want to have that bragging rights against our opponents. And that is what Man United fans are asking. It's okay. By the way, we don't care if unataka kubadilisha stadium or whatever. Your managerial skills and your people on board pale katika kuwin matches. Hiyo ndio shida yetu. Because they are tired of kushinda wanapigwa na mpaka timu tudogo. Na hiyo ndio kitu ambayo, imagine unaingia kwa gari umevaa jezi ya Man U, mtoto anakuchekelea. That is what they don't want. And I can tell you today that how wenye team watajipata one day wao ndo wamebaki na hiyo team. Hata ulete coach AI, hata ulete coach mwenye sijui anakaa namna gani,
hata ulete Shabi wale
this world, and you don't have proper talents and proper supporting cast, bro, utakuwa tu kama Amorim, utakuwa frustrated and you will walk out. So that is what Man United needs. They don't need a new stadium. They don't need sijui new nini. Wanafaa tu kurevamp tu kidogo. Kama gym vitu zimechakaa, nunueni zingine mlete hapo. Sio lazima mbobonge hiyo gym.
Na even though gym anajaribu kufanya sahi.
That is not the success that the fans want.
No, we want success. Actually, gym is coming up with implementations and plans, and then start seeing success coming.
We don't want until you come up with a plan and proposals. Wewe tu ni kwa interview, tukiingia game na Brighton wanatugonga. No.
Sasa zingine progress inakuwaga slow, but at the end of the day, even us Man U, by the way, very patient. We've actually been patient for like 13 years since Ferguson left. We've been patient for like 13 years. So we just want patience.
Do you know how many fans you have lost to Man City?
No, we haven't lost a fan.
We are brothers on Lona.
We are how fun in the first.
All these Man City fans are first of all plastic fans. You have to understand that. So hawa wote wa Man City wametoka Man United na Arsenal.
They're taking a break.
Actually,
yes, exactly.
Out of I think 500 fans that I know when you look at Man U before.
You know 500 fans
in our prime Alex Ferguson eras.
Yes.
Bado ni mafana disai. Like a random 500 Man U fans. They're still fans at disai. So we are patient. We've actually been patient for all those years because we know there's progress, small progress, but it's progress.
There is no bwana, hawa ni wale watu ambao yeye anacheka na face lakini ndani analia because game simple, game rahisi inakataa. Inakataa. Haiwezekani kwamba nyinyi.
But I think you're actually here because in the midst of all this chaos and it's nini katikati, we've actually been winning. 2016 Europa League, some FA Cups hapa katikati. We've actually been winning Carabao Cups. So we're good. We're good. We can't compare money with Arsenal because I think Arsenal are like 5 years now with Arteta and they haven't done a thing.
I think wanafaa tu kudua away with kama watu pia wamechoka like Alex Ferguson. Si watu wetu walete some other new faces. I think it is time that Ferguson accepts. Atoke tu pole.
Kweli, very true. Remember, of course, Jim Ratcliffe injected about 50 billion Kenya shillings into Manchester United. And I don't know, Jim Ratcliffe uto wapi statistics. Alikuwa amesema if it were it not for his 48 billion shillings, the club would have gone under this December. Ay man,
it's very right.
Alafu sasa ati wanaunda stadium ya 400 billion na minority owner ameinject 50 billion na kama angekuwa ameweka 50 billion wangekuwa wamekosa do in December. Na wanaunda stadium ya 40
Swahili.
I think mimi nimechoka. I think inafaa nimalize tu show saa hii. Final words zikimalizia.
Bwana Tony bwana, we cannot talk about vitu ambazo hazisaidii dunia alafu tuache kitu ambayo inasaidia dunia. You know, tomorrow the Blues are playing and the world is happy.
Yes.
Sasa huwezi toka hata bila kutuuliza, hata sio lazima uulize huyu because we all know prediction yake ni gani.
Haya, hiyo prediction ya hiyo game ya kesho. Barnabe, tuanze na wewe. Of course unajua utasema
na hater kwanza.
Awacha tuanze na hater. By the way, opinion yako will decide.
I'm actually surprised unasema hiyo ndio game kubwa kesho. Game kubwa kesho ni Man U na Leicester.
Mimi nimeenda.
So ufanye show peke yako basi.
Bwana fanya show peke yako bwana.
Ufanye show peke yako basi.
Game kubwa si
game kubwa ni aje?
Acha mchezo bwana. Who is this guy?
Unatoka kwa show yenu.
Huyu jamaa mmemtoa wapi? Where did you get this guy from?
Ebu tuende. Barnabe tuanze tumalize.
I told you this a practice fan.
Barnabe tuende tuonge.
Wewe bwana nani producer? Huyo jamaa.
Wewe tuambie ni show.
Wewe bwana
wewe tema hiyo mate bro. Hatuwezi rudi.
We cannot come back there.
Apologize and withdraw. Apologize ndio tumalize show bro.
Apologize.
Ama tukuache huko.
You guys are riding on your
game bro, apologize. Toka kwa show wenyewe. Toka.
Wait.
Okay, I apologize.
Security. And withdraw.
If Arsenal
apologize and withdraw.
Chelsea sio the withdraw.
Withdraw and apologize.
I apologize.
Withdraw.
I withdraw.
Thank you. Haya, tunaweza rudi kwa set. Wewe tuongelesha mayai.
Unaweza aje kuja utuambie eti Arsenal versus Chelsea is not the big.
Okay.
It's a derby.
Okay.
Hiyo game ni kubwa.
Okay. My honest prediction.
Final word, honest prediction, Arsenal match Chelsea.
Is Arsenal will win. Because I'm looking at the recent performance. Yeah, facts, bro. Facts.
Bro.
Nakwambia tusirudi hapa.
Mimi nimetoka baadhi.
Nakwambia tusirudi.
Mbona nafikiri kuna msana anaongea mambo gani? Ameongea mbaya na withdraw alafu tena anarudisha.
Nakwambia anza na hater ndio uwajue.
Na pia director ni mtu wa Man U.
Ni kama anamuongelea kwa talkback hapa wana discuss. Toka
bro.
Okay.
Ati Chelsea Man U Arsenal inashinda.
I'm actually making a prediction na mnanimaliza.
Yeah, but how can you say katikati yetu kwanza host?
It's facts. Let's talk facts. Talk facts. Arsenal are playing well currently. I know they don't have
sisi tunacheza Kalongo.
Chelsea are actually struggling. Uliona game yenu na Leicester.
You
couldn't even beat Copenhagen comfortably.
This is a London derby. This is a London derby. First of all, you have to understand. Also, we have also some of our key players, by the way, back. And one thing
good
you
understand, Man U mnaweza cheza rugby.
Patie tu rugby. That is the only game. Wacha mimi nifuate nini?
Twende. Sisi tumemaliza story.
Wacha nifuate mwenye.
Wewe unaweza fanya show peke yako. Wewe unajua show.
Baki hapo.
Wewe fanya show peke yako. Director na Wesley Kibet, fanyeni show peke yenu.
Angalia huyo jamaa mimi.
Sisi tumeenda.
Bwana tufuata.
Hiyo ni sports extravaganza. Kenya na show yenu.